studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. A big night followed up by a big day in Wisconsin sports. Let's start with what happened at the stroke of midnight. The Milwaukee Brewers score 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning to come back and win at Dodger Stadium, 5-4 the final. The Brewers have now won 5 straight regular season games at Dodger Stadium, longest streak against LA in franchise history. That streak extends back to 2024's regular season. Of course, they lost 2 in the playoffs last year. The two teams back at it tonight, 9-10 first pitch. Robert Gasser on the mound against Yoshi Yamamoto, who shut down the Brewers in the NLCS last year. Pre-game coverage starts around 8:30 here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Of course, there was a Packers preseason game last night. Final score is 28-9. Most importantly, Trey Smack made a bunch of field goals. We're talking about it on Wilde and Tausch coming up right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Friday edition. The Steelers 28, Packers 9, but who cares? Who the hell cares what Ben Brosta edition? The Mark Tauscher scheduled to appear as a guest on his own program edition. And most importantly, Trey Smack officially 3 for 3, but unofficially 4 for 4. With a 37-yarder, a 38-yarder, and not one but two, although only one counted, 58-yarders, and accounting for all of the Packers points edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which is A, free, B, fully customizable, and C, can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I am Jace Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse J. Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Mark Tauscher is somewhere in a state that he had never been to before today, and he will join us coming up. And from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue and the 3rd Street Market Hall, in downtown Milwaukee. He is the host of the Homer Hour, which you hear every weekday on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. He is the voice of Marquette men's basketball, and if you ask me, he is the GOAT, who attended 4 different colleges in 5 years or something like that. He is Steve, the Homer True. Homer, good morning. You are our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. How you doing?
I'm fine. I was part of 4 different colleges. I went to Wisconsin as a walk-on, left right? after. No, in a 6-year span. I just want to have it on the record so that people know actually what it was. So as a freshman, I walked on at Wisconsin, made the tennis team, got a letter, left after a year to move to California to play tennis. You cannot ask why I did any of these things. After a year, my dad said, you better go back to school.
Why do you get to tell me?
Because that's not what this is. You can at the end of it, but I just want to have it and do it as short as possible because most people don't care. Okay. All right. 4.0 student. I could go anywhere I wanted in college. My parents were going to pay for my college education. I picked Wisconsin because I wanted to play Big Ten tennis, and they were horrible. I decided which was the worst team in the Big Ten, and then it was Purdue, but all their girls were ugly, I was told, so I went to Wisconsin. Walked on, made it as a freshman, got my letter, left, went to California to play tennis for a year. After a year, my dad said, you better go back to school, and I was going to go back to school, but I was mad at him. I thought, screw him. But anyway, I went back to Arizona. My coach thought I was good enough to play there. I was not. After a semester, I called Wisconsin, said, give me a scholarship, I'll come back. They said, okay. Transferred back to Wisconsin, second semester of that year, my 3rd year out of high school. And after that semester, I came down with rheumatoid arthritis, had to quit playing, and sat out another year where I was the assistant tennis coach at Notre Dame. Then I finished my last 2 years at Indiana University at South Bend. So that's the 6 years, 4 years of college, and I was, I guess, involved with 4 different schools. All right, any questions?
I do. I have lots of questions.
No, I have it down on record, and I can ask. I apologize if anybody doesn't care. That's fine. I can't defend it. I was emotionally unstable. I thought,
wasn't one of your sayings at one point, we apologize for nothing? Didn't you go through that phase?
Excellent. No, that was the Pack Attack show with Bill Johnson. That was our approach then. Bill was he could get even madder than me. So I felt that in order to make everything appropriate, I would agree with that, and we apologize for nothing. And if we ever do Pack Attack again, which I would like to at some point, we would have the same rule. We do not have that rule now with Pack Attack with Gary Ellerson and Mark Tauscher.
Okay, well, I'm not going to apologize for being interested in this. So why did you quit school at one of the greatest land-grant universities in America after lettering in tennis to go move to California?
Because I thought I got this school thing figured out, and I did what I wanted to do. I'm a one-time guy. Once I've done it, now I got to do something else. Plus, I thought I was going to be a computer science major. I took one computer science class, and I sucked. And so now I not only have accomplished my tennis, but I didn't even know what I wanted to major in. And so I thought, let's go to California and be a part of tennis. I'll teach there, and I don't know. And I give my dad credit because clearly it was stupid. But he bought me a car and so that I could drive out there because I didn't have any money. But he bought me a car with black interior and no air conditioning. It's just classic. All right, my kid wants to do something crazy. I'll help him out with getting him a car, but I'm going to get him just the worst car I can for someone moving to California. So I went out there and I found a place to work. I went out there with another teammate, Dan Collins from Wisconsin. He was as crazy as I was, but he had some reason for doing it. But he left after like a couple of months. I found a job working for somebody by the name of Ralph Braden. His brother, Vic Braden, was a legendary tennis coach, very, very famous. So I made $2 an hour and did that for a while, then taught some lessons, and then went and played on a satellite tour before my dad and I decided I needed to go back to Arizona. Does that help make you? I mean, you can't defend it. Everything I did was crazy. But, I mean, I had these incredible experiences. I got to meet at this place in Encino. All his tennis was so big then. I got to meet Robert Conrad. I got to meet Michael Landon. Ralph Braden, who was a friend with all these guys, who was the tall guy in the Carol Burnett show. And where I did eventually gave tennis lessons with, I met, no. In the Carol Burnett show, he was a tall, anyway, and then where I gave private lessons to, I met Dick Enberg, the kid who was and I would go up, and Shirley MacLaine would stop and get her mail right when I would go up, and she looked old then in 1972. I was amazed the kind of makeup they must do with people. I'm probably leaving short some other. Dick Van Patten. I played tennis with his son. I met Vince Van Patten, who was a spectacular tennis player. I think he beat Lendl at one point in time. I went to their house. Dick Van Patten did 8 is enough.
Yeah.
And I never forget it because I thought, this is their house? My house in South Bend's nicer than this house. You're Dick Van Patten. And then, at 18 and stupid, I realized that entertainment wasn't exactly what I thought it was, because he was just a normal guy, and I was kind of a jerk. No, I wasn't a jerk. I was just selfish. But anyway, so all these things I got to experience at the age of 18, and I might be forgetting some of them, but think of that. Just some kid, Robert Conrad's talking to you. Yeah, I remember going, craziest guy I've ever met. Like, I think if I'd have said something, he would have hit me. Like, he was always looking for a fight. He's like 2 feet tall. He's shorter than a fire hydrant. And he finds out that I'm from South Bend. Hey, get that kid over here. Yeah, I want to tell you this story. I was there in South Bend once, and some guy bet me that I couldn't swim the St. Mary Lake or whatever like that. It's these little lakes at Notre Dame. So I'm like, why are you telling me? It's like, I just wanted to tell me how tough he was. And I went over there and I swam the damn lake. Is there anything else? No, that was pretty much it. So whatever you thought about Robert Conrad, I just knew him from the Wild Wild West. And all the whole time he's telling me this, I'm going like, the lifts on your shoes must have been 2 feet. I never knew you were, did you know that? You watched the Wild Wild West, or was that before your time?
The Wild Wild West ran from 1965 to 1969. I did not watch that show.
Fabulous show, way ahead of its time. Blue Angels, he did that next.
He was an FBI agent, apparently. In that he was 5 feet 8 inches tall, allegedly.
There's not a way. He's 5'3" at best. There's no way. That's the biggest lie ever. I don't know what he is, but he's not that.
Baba Black Sheep, which I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, with those Black Angels. He was a pilot or something like that.
Yeah, you've lived quite the interesting life. You know that, right?
Yeah, just random. Like, how do I end up in Encino?
You're like
I used to go to the McDonald's, which you can believe. No. I used to go to the McDonald's to get three cheeseburgers, and O.J. Simpson's original wife and his 2 kids would be there. I bet I saw them there 3 or 4 times. Never saw the Jacksons. They were actually living in Encino at the time. That's my biggest disappointment. I never hooked up. None of the people they didn't play tennis, I guess.
I am so glad I asked this question, even if our fans are.
I'm not. I don't think anybody cares.
They are doing their own Packers reaction show on YouTube right now, and I don't know if they're even listening to what's going on the show.
Let them be. We will.
I said I didn't want to do it. You can't blame me. I said not to, right?
No one's blaming you.
Record. I wanted to tell the story in 20 seconds so that you'd have it, so that anybody asks, I can say, just listen to when I was on Wilde and Tausch.
Go check out the ESPN Wisconsin app to trace my history of collegiate
because I did want to talk about the game. I want to state the record. That was the greatest performance, first NFL game performance ever by a kicker. Best ever in their first game in the NFL. Ever. Anybody can find one better, let me know. You're not going to.
Of course, Homer is referring to Trey Smack, who was 3 for 3 on the score sheet, 4 for 4 in reality, 37, 38,
but that isn't it.
And 258.
That doesn't do justice to how good he was. Every kick was perfect. Watching that, you're going to love this, so go to he kicked like he's going to be a Green Bay Packer Hall of Fame kicker. That's how good he was. Doesn't mean he will.
A week ago, you didn't even know he was going to be working here anymore.
I know. Correct. And now I think, I can't prove this, but you can. I think somebody told Goody, and maybe that, look, you don't need another kicker. This kid is that good. Now, I don't know who it was. This kid is that good. I'm telling you he's that good. Get rid of the other guy. Just go with this kid. He's that good. based on what he did, it's possible someone said that to Goody, and that would explain why he got rid of the vet. Now, if Ryan Longwell told you that, or some other kicker, would that be enough for you to get rid of the veteran if you were Goody?
Well, as it turns out, even though most of us did not, and I don't know if he came in under the cover of darkness or what, but Ryan Longwell was in town last week and spent time with Trey Smack. I did not see him.
Please understand,
practice.
Longwell works with a number of kickers. He's in this business. Don't think that this is just only one kicker.
No, but it was, and they have some history
together.
What do you mean, no? Huh?
But he's doing this with other people. It's not like he only works with this one kicker. Correct?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to NFL camps and working with NFL kickers, though.
No.
Okay.
I don't know, but he's in the kicking instruction business than just doing the
high school and college players, though.
Sorry to interrupt. I did it even sooner than I normally do. Go ahead. Yeah.
But
whatever. He's in the kicking coaching business.
He is. He also renovates homes, as he discussed on our show. But
doesn't have anything to do with the Packer kicker. But thanks for throwing that in. Does he mow his own grass, or does he hire someone to do that?
So I'll ask him if I'd have known that he was actually in Green Bay. He didn't tell any of us. Like, he's got a close relationship with Domofsky. They used to play golf together. Obviously, he's got a great relationship with me, and I didn't even know he was
right.
There.
He was told to do that.
I think
there's no way he would do that.
Don't tell these guys you're here.
Yes, covert operation.
Right.
Yeah, like Jesse.
And what he should have said to them is, and I just want to help Ryan Longwell out for the first time, and I shouldn't because he's a better person in every way than I'm. You should have not agreed to that. That's not how Ryan Longwell works. You don't tell me how to live my life. I'm helping your kicker. I'll do whatever the hell I want. I may not talk to media people about him, but you're telling me I can't call Jason Wilde? I can't call Rob Domofsky? No. I'm disappointed in Ryan Longwell that he didn't tell him that.
It would have been nice to see him. He was great when he appeared on our show.
Are you not shocked that Ryan Longwell didn't get in touch with either of you when he was in town?
Surprised, yes. Shocked.
All right, thank you.
But nevertheless, and we're not going to give Ryan Longwell all the credit for Trey Smack's success last night, but it is noteworthy that and apparently I saw Jason Waller's, I didn't even see this. Tausch was the one who saw it on Twitter wherever he's spending time this weekend. Aaron Nagler from Cheesehead TV had mentioned this. I don't know how exactly this worked out. We will see. I think we're talking to Cam Acord later today. We'll have to ask him about that. But again, the other part of the story from last night with Trey Smack was that Cam Acord did not want to send him out for that first 58-yarder, and Matt LaFleur overruled him. He said no, and Matt LaFleur said yes. And then not only did he make the kick, which ended up not counting, but more importantly, it looked like it was very smooth and easy. Like, it didn't look like he was straining to boot it 58 yards. He was just in rhythm, and it was the start of a very, very, very good night for Trey Smack. We will get further into our evaluations now of last night's festivities when the normal host of this program, one Mark Gerald Tauscher, joins us from his parts unknown location after I tell you that this is again your chance. Jesse, we're qualifying 2 people this time?
2 people right now. Early bird special for today's show. Yes, sir.
Your chance to join the Wilde and Tausch Fantasy League at the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft on August 27th at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Again, great opportunity to be in our league, and it's a great night at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Free food, great prizes, the full VIP experience. Now, you do have to be 21 or older, since it is at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Let's take caller 9 and caller 28, since it was 28-9 last night. You can join Jackrabbit Mama, but not Jesse and everyone else in our league. Caller 9 and caller 28, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Now, make sure your schedule is clear for August 27th so you can indeed attend at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. But caller 9 and caller 28 will be in the Fantasy Football League That is the Wilde and Tausch League with a general manager to be determined. 844-770-3776. Tausch joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've been telling you for a while now how much I love Pizza Hut, going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza for just $3. And a medium, one-topping, original, stuffed crust pizza, just $10. Take a look for yourself to find more deals on 2-liter soda, breadsticks, and much, much more. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to find more about this and a bunch of other great deals. The Throwback Value Menu, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Great baseball players are built in the offseason, and the work starts this fall. GRB Academy offers group training programs designed for serious players of all ages and skill levels. Build a stronger all-around game with position player training, develop your arm in the fall pitching program, or improve behind the plate with youth catching. Plus, take your swing to another level with offensive power development. Find the program that fits your goals and register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Joining us now to tell us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin from the great state of Delaware? No. The great state of New Hampshire? Mississippi? No idea what state he's in. But I know he's in a state of happiness because of his Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hello, Mark Tauscher.
Indeed, and that's hello, fellas. And one of the things I miss most about Wisconsin, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, sell them, install them, and service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We will save you the recap of the circuitous route Steve the Homer True took in his youth to the GOAT status.
Here's what I would say.
I said it only at the suggestion of Jason Wilde, and I said it against my own wishes.
What
Please
did you
add
say?
that part.
What did you say?
Now we're not going over it again.
No.
Why?
You can
go to the app. You can go.
All right, I'll go to the app.
I'll
check the
Lyle
podcast out.
Lyle Wagner. I will say this, and Tausch never heard of him. The person I referred to is Lyle Wagner.
He's the tall guy on the Carol Burnett show.
Oh man, did he get chicks? Oh man, I bet he was getting chicks at age 6.
He's this is. And then Dallas was on.
How did Tim Conway do? How did Tim Conway do? Hey, how did Tim Conway do with the ladies?
Terribly.
You think so?
Terribly.
Dorf on golf.
Yes.
You know who I bet did well? John Ritter. I think John Ritter did.
I believe he did. I believe his character was.
I agree. But not as good as Lyle Wagner. Lyle Wagner is one of the more handsome men that you will ever see or see a picture of in your life.
I'll say this, though, Homer. No TV star did better than J.R. Ewing. Can we agree on that?
You mean from the show?
With women.
No, with the ladies.
Like show-wise, yeah. Oh, you're talking real life. This guy's in real life.
I'm talking real life.
I don't know how Larry Hagman fared in real life.
I mean, show is fine. Show-wise, who knows? In a show, I could have done better. I mean, it's just a show.
So
whoever writes the script.
I know we want to move on from that, but I have to admit I'm incredibly intrigued what that has to do with the Packers preseason game last night.
Nothing. Tell us your reactions.
So, yesterday we talked all show about what we really wanted to see. And, of course, outside of injuries and nothing major happening, Jordan Morgan was the big one to watch, Marshawn Lloyd, and then obviously everything was about Trey Smack. So I'm sure you've talked to Jason, I saw, and read your article. It could not have been better. And the fact, did you get into if Ryan Longwell is up there helping? I saw Aaron Nagler tweet something. Getting confidence in this young kicker and not letting it waver where people now all of a sudden you have something super positive to build off of.
Right.
And I know it's a preseason game. It is important. And this spot, while I know Homer is not a big special teams guy, doesn't believe it matters as much as a lot of us do, it is important. It wins games. And having him as confident as possible going into a regular season, not having it, oh, my God, what's he doing at practice? He's only going 6 of 10 in practice. He's yanking kicks. I thought that last night, if in nothing else, I thought that was really important and a great building block moving forward.
All right, so we all know Trey Smack was good.
Can I interject a second? I've never said special teams other than kicker. I have always stated the only thing that matters about special teams is how good your kicker is. Check the tape. Next.
You said you could coach special teams, though, too. You've said that.
I believe I said I could be the quarterback coach for Aaron Rodgers. I'm not sure about that, but yes, I do believe I could. Correct. I'd have a great group of assistant coaches because, each coach now has 9 assistants or whatever. So given the assistants I could hire, yes. I believe I could have coached Green Bay to a Super Bowl when Mike Holmgren did, too. But we'll end that. Go back to what we were talking about.
Coming up next on Pack Attack, we apologize for nothing. What didn't you like last night when you watched Tausch?
I'm guessing, like a lot of folks, the Keyshawn Nixonification, if that's a word, that play last night, obviously. I just don't get too caught up in a lot of, oh my God, they gave up this and the defense did this. To me, last night, I didn't think there was a ton of stuff, especially with the guys that you believe are going to be on the 53. I don't think there was a ton of stuff. Obviously, that made its rounds on social media, some of the tackling issues. But for the most part, was there something that I'm missing that you think, wow, that is glaring, that really – because guys didn't play much. There just wasn't a ton from the guys that you really wanted to see that are going to be on the team. And as we sit here now, be instrumental in what this team is going to be. And this is the problem with the preseason now, is you're taking a very small snapshot and you want to make it a big deal because it's this time of year. And in the grand scheme of things, if guys stay healthy and are ready for Minnesota, it's not that big a deal. But for what the preseason is, I really thought last night was a good night to be a Green Bay Packer. I do.
Yeah, I thought the most interesting thing, and I appreciate you, now that you're not in Croatia, being able to have access to Channel 3000. I thought the fact that, and look, I'm not pretending that a gap blitz by your inside linebacker is something exotic. It's not. But we saw him do kind of the Mike Zimmer thing, Jonathan Gannon, with like 8 guys at the line of scrimmage. We saw him send Ketan Oladapo for a sack on a blitz. We saw Brenton Cox, who I think has been the underrated guy in the competition for an edge position, have a sack and walk the left tackle back into the quarterback. Like, I thought they generated a bunch of pressure, and how much of that was they were running stuff and the Steelers didn't really game plan for it, I don't know. But Tausch, I remember this very clearly, and you weren't back on the team yet for that preseason. But in 2009, Dom Capers, and ran a bunch of stuff. And his argument was, hey, these guys need to run this. It's a new system entirely. They haven't done the fire zone blitzes. They need to run it in games. And so he didn't give away the store on film in the preseason that summer, but he ran a hell of a lot more than most coordinators do in preseason games. And I thought Gannon last night was the one who, unlike Mike Pettin, unlike Joe Barry, unlike Jeff Hafley, ran a larger slice of his actual playbook than I've seen any coordinator do since Dom Capers' arrival in 2009.
Yeah, and I have to be honest, I don't like that. I want to keep, if you're going to keep stuff, I want it close to the vest. I remember, and you'll have to help me with if it was Ed Donatel or somebody that was going into their first year. I mean, it was Bates. I don't remember exactly which. It was in that era of football for me when I played. And we had a great preseason game. Like, we're killing the quarterback and we're doing all this stuff, and everybody's super excited about, oh my gosh, this defense is going to be, and you know the narrative and the storyline goes. But you don't want to be doing a bunch of that stuff in the preseason. This isn't about units per se, as it is about individual performance. And I want to see guys win one-on-ones. Guys aren't, like, I would bet Mike McCarthy didn't spend 5 minutes going over Jonathan Gannon blitz packages. So this isn't going to be real life. Now, if you want to show some stuff that you're not going to run against Minnesota and get people worried about that, okay, great. I don't think that's what this is, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't love that as much as maybe some others, because you see that. I'm more interested in saying, let's line up and let's see how guys flow to the ball. Let's see how guys beat pass rushers. That's more interesting to me than out-scheming people in the first preseason game.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting when we talked to Gannon last week. He said he was going to punt on that and leave it up to Matt LaFleur. And I think we're going to talk to him today, and I'm curious what the thought process was, because, again, I didn't think it was super exotic, but it was certainly more aggressive than what we're accustomed to a coordinator showing in the vanilla world of preseason football. So you mentioned Keyshawn, and it's the play on the sideline. There appears to be confusion on who's supposed to be covering that guy between him and Oladapo, who, look, they've got a lot of really good safeties. They had a couple of guys further down the depth chart that had good moments. after the starters departed. Catan Oladapo struggled in the slot. That's not his. He's learning how to play that position. There appeared to be a miscommunication, but the missed tackle, what is that? Other than public perception, does that do anything for you, Tausch, in terms of how you view Keyshawn Nixon's position on this team?
No, I mean, it's not good. I mean, I don't think anytime you go out and the bottom line on it is, I think the thing I'm always curious about when you have a player that's been a number one or a starter and now they're battling, how do you handle it? And are you going, I'm going to show you blank and blankers that we're going to do this, or are you going to kind of think that you've been wronged? And I don't know Keyshawn's mindset. You're in that locker room. You would know that a heck of a lot better than I would. I think as a player, you can go one of two ways. And preseason football is tough for veterans that feel like they've played a bunch. They're seeing guys that aren't playing, and then you're out there competing, fighting for a spot that you felt like was yours. It can be a little bit tricky mentally, and I don't think what we saw, again, that's one play. Mm-hmm. But perception becomes reality, and especially with social media and how that goes, and especially the way Keyshawn is viewed by a big chunk of the Packers fan base, and also Brandon Cisse, as it kind of elevated himself. Everybody's super excited about him. So there's a lot to it. I think it's I just think it's something interesting to watch, but it obviously is not positive. And anytime you see things like that happening, it can be it's troubling, no question.
I saw the video. The TV broadcast did a great job of tracking down Aaron Rodgers' basically every move. They had like a montage of all the different people he hugged before the game, and then LaFleur gets up there afterward and says he didn't even see him, didn't even get to say hi. Is that tip? You're the one who played in the league 11 years. If you want to see someone before or after a game, is it difficult to make that work?
No, it's you're gonna find that to be the case, and you can go and find, even if it's just, especially before and or after the game. Yes. Like before the game, it's a little trickier. Some people's routines are different, but I'll tell you this: after the game, no, if you want to, you're going to be able to now. Obviously, everybody and their mother is probably going over to say hi to Aaron, but you're the head ball coach. It's not a big deal, but I'm sure if that was something that you really wanted to go and do, you'd have found a way to go do it.
All right. We know that you are on your summer sabbatical
extra time
2.0.
It's overtime. No, it's overtime.
We don't know how much time we're adding on, but there's more. It's extra time.
Well, it's soccer time. Yeah, it kind of goes. I'm not 100% sure. It's the soccer clock kind of started, but now there's a hydration break, and then there's still some injury time left. So Jason, what was your big takeaway? Like, what you listened to LaFleur after? You love the preseason like most of us don't. What was your big takeaway?
Well, first of all, I and being the helicopter parent that I am and helicopter beat writer, I loved Cisse's physicality, but the first thought I had. I've seen a young up-and-coming cornerback who was physical and fearless, throws his body around, and then after he blew out his shoulder because of it, against the Steelers, of course, we never saw him be physical again.
Do you think he has that capability to be Jair Alexander at his peak? You think he can be that good?
I definitely did not say that. What I will say is I liked what I saw from him in his first game.
Okay.
I liked how he was physical, the tackle he makes. And by the way, as Homer talks about, the Homer rule about young players, about judging them when they do something good, not when they do things poorly. Like he took a bad angle like 2 plays earlier or whatever it was on a tackle and missed it, and then came around and saves a touchdown. So I really like that about him. He is, again, I would not call him even keeled like I once famously called Romeo Dobbs. I would call him mature, though. He's got some, like Randall Cobb, young guy, 20 years old, entering the league, but doesn't act like it. So I liked what I saw from him. I am not a connoisseur of offensive line play to the degree you and Bulaga are. I did ask Bulaga, and he's golfing today, so I can't get his insights. But I watched John Williams at left tackle after he took over for Jordan Morgan. I thought he showed that maybe there's something there. He's been having a pretty good camp, and they're excited by what he's got. They only played Sean Ryan for one series, and then they moved Jacob Monk to center. I'll be curious to hear what Steno has to say about how he thought their linemen performed, because that's...
And Belton, correct me if I'm wrong, Belton only tackle last night.
Right tackle all night long, like Lionel Richie, yes.
So that guard spot is now Monk or the young guy or bust.
Yeah, and again, the thing that I find myself wondering is, will Aaron Banks be ready for the opener? Because we don't really get straight answers from him or about him. So did Jagger Burton show you enough that you're like, look, if we don't have the guy that's pocketed about $50 million from us for the opener, can we win with Jagger Burton and Jacob Monk at guard? That's the question I'd be asking if I'm Matt LaFleur. We'll have to wait and see.
You might not have a choice.
They don't have any real other alternatives. That's for certain. Last thing before we let you go. We talked beforehand. We were in agreement. Like, I didn't love seeing Christian Watson out there. That's just the truth.
What is it? 9 reps? Is that what I read?
They played 9 snaps. Yes, the offense played 9 snaps. Jaden Reed had a catch or two.
And by the way, Jesse, you're not taking a victory lap on a 2nd and 10 with the clock out. Like, you're not taking a victory lap on that. Are you really?
No, he kicked a field goal on 2nd and 10. I was right.
So you're taking a victory lap.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt he is.
Oh, my God.
Again, it wasn't 2nd and 10 in the middle of the second quarter.
If you legitimately get a chance to take a victory lap because your exact prediction comes true, then
I called a tie, and the game ended in a tie.
That's a victory lap, deservedly
so. Fake victory lap. Okay, continue.
So what did... I'm just curious how you felt about Marshawn Lloyd, because he was the guy that you worry about getting hurt, but you had to find out if he could get through the game. Did you like? He had 4 carries for 13 yards, caught a pass that lost 4 yards. Were you encouraged by what you saw from him?
Well, obviously you'd like more production, but you're just happy he, hopefully is through. And this is always the thing with preseason, and you never know until the day after. Like, obviously, if guys get hurt in game and they have to come out, you're always interested that next day when LaFleur, or whenever he does press, who's going to be available for practice next. And the big answer, you're Marshawn Lloyd. Right now for him, it is about just getting back up and being there ready to go for the next day. And if he can stack those, everybody's raving about his athleticism and his explosivity and all of the things that you're hoping for. And I don't care what his production level is now. I know what his skill set is when it's free, when he's there. It just hadn't been there. So it's all about, for him, like it is with pretty much your main storyline in all these preseason games. Are they back the next week? Are they healthy and able to go perform? And if he can stack those, and all of a sudden now, before, if he plays a little bit more the next couple games, has a couple of splash, he is going to be a splash guy. He's like the infomercial dude that's like poking holes in his boat, and he's just constantly like, let's go. And you look at it and you're like, that's unbelievable, but I don't know if I believe it. Is the water really going to hold up? Like, is that boat really going to stay afloat the lake? Or is it going to go down? And you're kind of like, you're watching in amazement, and then you're kind of like, man, I hope this thing holds up. I want to see more of this guy. And then usually that boat's going to end up sinking, allegedly. Again, I don't know how that all works, but that's the feeling I have with Marshawn Lloyd.
Before we say goodbye and you go about your day with Sarah, could you tell us again about the 9/11 stair climb that'll be happening at Lambeau Field soon?
Indeed, I will. 25 years ago, Matt, we still climb so that they are never forgotten. Join the Green Bay Metro Fire Department and Pierce Manufacturing for the 14th annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb, Saturday, September 12th, right up at Lambeau Field. Climb at your own pace. That's important for guys like me and Homer, while carrying the name and photo of one of the 343 fallen firefighters. It's not about how fast you climb. It's about why you climb. All funds raised benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Register or donate at piercemfg.com/climb. That's Pierce, PIERCE, MFG.com/climb.
Tausch, enjoy the rest of your trip, and we will see you again on Tuesday.
We will see you on Tuesday for good, my friends. We'll see you guys.
All right, that is Mark Tauscher, the normal star of our program. Homer, I thought that was your best segment today so far.
Thank you. I don't know why you had me come on prior to 10 o'clock, but it's your show.
There's a couple of different... there were a couple of moving pieces on how today played out. Let's just leave it at that. More
if we would have known, we would have told you.
Homer, our cousin sub of the day. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Ground ball right side, base hit. Chourio around third, he will score. Jake Bauers delivers. It's 5-4 Milwaukee.
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Mark Tauscher here for Olson Toon. Well, first impressions matter, and your outdoor space is often the first thing people see. And since 1997, Olson Toon has been helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain outdoor spaces. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and year-round maintenance, they're your team for everything outdoors. Ready to elevate your property? Contact Olson Toon today and learn more at olsontoon.com. Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon difference.
This is our crew.
Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
A high fly ball. This ball's way back and way gone!
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season. This weekend, the Brewers visit the defending champion Dodgers.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a curveball. Ohtani is gone. The Dodgers are gone.
Tune in Thursday through Sunday on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
When you've been seriously injured, you need a trusted team on your side. Gruber Law Offices is available 24/7 and will even come to you. Your first call is free. Your first visit is free. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight Solar now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've spent a lifetime putting in the work. Right now, score one of the best deals of summer with the Iron Jock Basics Bundle. Get a premium t-shirt, a pair of performance boxers, and crew socks, all for just $57.50. Iron Jock gear is built for comfort with moisture-wicking fabric, 4-way stretch, and silver ion technology that helps you fight odor-causing bacteria. It's everyday performance at an unbeatable price. Don't wait. Head to ironjock.com and grab your basic bundle today.
My dad says locks and cameras help protect buildings, but security is really about protecting people.
Hi, this is Jeffrey Beckman, owner at J&K Security Solutions. Protecting people is at the heart of everything we do. From fire alarms and surveillance systems to access control and intelligent video monitoring, J&K has helped keep homes and businesses safe across southern Wisconsin since 1987. Visit jksecurity.com.
J&K Security Solutions. Security with a personal touch.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
Football season is here, and ESPN Madison is your home for Badgers fans.
This Badgers team is going to go as far as Colton Joseph takes them.
Tune in all season long right here on the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Thanks to Tausch for taking the time to join us. We look forward to his triumphant return on Tuesday. Steve the Homer True is our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. Underutilized so far in the program, other than learning.
Is this when I can talk, or do you have somebody else coming in? Which would mean you didn't even have to
joining
call me,
us now,
fine,
Brian Bulaga from the 8th hole.
Good.
At his country
You have
club.
Brian Bulaga?
No, he's golfing. He's not available. As much as I wish he was. So, since I know you're used to doing a program by yourself, I am going to say this. Homer, besides Trey Smack, what else came out of last night's game that was top of mind for you?
That's like asking something about another Brewer when the Miz pitches. It does not do
That's
justice
not anything
to how
close.
special
And
that
by
was.
the way,
yes, it is. He was the Miz. He was the Miz last night. He was historic. There's nothing else any Packer could have done even close to that. I mean, I guess they could have.
If you're gonna insist on this, which again, as analogies go,
I am.
Tausch is usually the expert on that.
It was
Jesus
historic,
preaching,
the greatest first game kicking performance in the history of the NFL. How's that? And nobody's disputed that since I said it.
Yeah, it doesn't count. Like, it matters, but it doesn't count.
Excuse me?
It doesn't count. It matters, but it doesn't count. Also, I would like to take this opportunity as you make this comparison to The Miz, which, again, your analogy of him preaching on a certain Sunday on the calendar.
By the way, if
a
running back would have set a record for the greatest performance ever, and you could say in an NFL preseason game if you want, you wouldn't make a mention of that at the same. If Lloyd had gained 250 yards rushing, what would you say?
I would not compare him to The Miz. And by the
way, you go, well, Homer, tell me about something other than the running back. No, because it does disservice to how incredible this is. And I know we still don't know jack about him because we don't know if he can kick in the wind and cold of Lambeau.
Thank you for making my point that I couldn't get to. This is a great
start. That's fine. Get it to. That does not change what he did. No, it is a historic start. Historic. Say the word historic.
No, I'm not in a preseason game. I'm not doing that. By the way, you compare him to Miz.
Historic preseason game. Historic preseason
Miz in playoff games last year. That shows that even someone who is insanely special takes some time and has some ups and downs. That comparison might be even better than you thought it was when you made it.
We are referring to the quality of his performance. The quality of Miz's performance in the regular season has been historic. The quality of what your kicker did last night, while it is a preseason game, and you want to say preseason, fine. It was the greatest preseason first game performance ever by a kicker in the NFL. Now, where you want to go from there, it's fine. You can say it doesn't mean anything, fine. But that does not change what he did.
Right, but again, there are going to be ups and downs, which, by the way, there were for The Miz during his rookie season. Like, why wasn't he starting in the NLCS? Why not?
Well, because you have an issue with young pitchers. Hold on, I'll answer. You have an issue with young pitchers about how many innings and how many innings they did the year before, which is more important. They would have conceivably put limitations on Jesus if there was a feeling that too many sermons would affect the future of his ability as a rabbi. Okay, well, it's probably a point that needs to be made as well. I knew that you would focus on that rather than the issue of Miz, and it worked perfectly. Okay, back to Miz.
My point is that The Miz pitched.
You know the answer to that. Given how young he was, they limited it because of their concern about the number of innings in his future.
My understanding was that he also was had hit a patch of inconsistency. Had he not? Was that not the case with The Miz last year? After his lightning bolt start where he didn't give up a hit in like 75 consecutive innings when he started.
Right. Weren't you asking how many innings or why he didn't start?
I wasn't. I'm saying that
that's what your question was, wasn't it?
There was some inconsistency in his game last season after his bolt of lightning start. As
right. I would
pitcher.
answer that. It had absolutely to do with nothing. Had they not had the concern about the innings, they would have not done what they did, whether he was inconsistent or not. He was going to be limited the way he was limited, regardless of greatness or inconsistency. So to say that the inconsistency was a reason, I think, is fundamentally inaccurate.
Is that, Jesse, is that inaccurate?
No, I don't think that's inaccurate. I'm with Homer on that.
So you think his
Now, you could say they would have chosen to limit the innings somewhere else. Is possible. I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
My point is because you chose because you chose to compare Trey Smack to The Miz. Yes. I think it's worth noting that as great as The Miz has now become, and we are all excited, and you have been on point, much like you were on the go see Giannis now because you may never see him again, and everybody got after you for it. As accurate as you have been, to compare what Trey Smack did last night to The Miz, to me, The Miz with his no-hit ball that he came out with when he first got called up, all that stuff is great. My point is, Trey Smack is going to have some inconsistencies. Just like we shouldn't have been crucified.
He might even stink. He might get cut this year. All that is possible. That does not change what he did last night.
I don't think... okay, well, we fundamentally disagree because the to The Miz
can we disagree on
is one step below comparing him to Jesus because you're the one who compared The Miz to Jesus. So just to be clear,
I am comparing him. The Miz comparison is to understand the historic greatness of what that kicker did last night. Now, everybody can agree 100%. It doesn't mean diddly. Fine, it doesn't mean diddly, but it's still accurate that it was the greatest first-game preseason performance by a kicker in the history of the NFL until someone proves otherwise.
Great performances. Smack, Mizorowski, Christ.
I'm going to get a complaint from somebody at Marquette, a fan at Marquette again. So I got to stop with the Jesus.
All right. Praise the Lord. We will get to your positives and negatives coming up next. 844-770-3776. You cannot say Jesus, The Miz, or Trey Smack as your positive. You have to come up with something else. I'm setting down that rule.
Yeah!
It's a win for Homer.
You're a man of principle. I love it. No, it's not a win for Homer. I apologize. I shouldn't bring up Jesus. I won't do it again.
No, you don't have to apologize for that.
In this regard, I might bring him up on my faith with Homer and Pip, but not about comparing other athletes.
Have you gotten Mizorowski to agree to do my faith with Homer and Pip yet?
No,
is he signed up? You
should
ask him.
Well,
it'd be like having Jesus.
That's a great idea. I don't feel any different about him than Jesse or Tausch.
The relevance,
as far as my faith, there's no importance to the person.
Didn't LaFleur say in that playoff game he was praying every time Anders Carlson was kicking? So prayers have been answered.
I think he said that after the fact.
All right. Your positives.
I have a response, but I don't want to go there.
Yeah, please. You and Tom Rinaldi.
I will. Somebody can do that, and we can do that in direct message if they'd like my normal response had I not agreed to.
Well, they can just text you since you give out your phone number all the time.
Yeah, they can text. That's good.
844-770-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Your biggest non-Trey Smack positive, and I feel like it should be your biggest non-Keyshawn Nixon's tackling negative, because those are, as Tausch would call them, the low-hanging fruit. 844-770-3776. Don't forget to hurry into Steinhaffel's Labor Day sale for incredible savings on Wisconsin's largest selection of furniture and mattresses. Save up to 30% off on furniture and home decor. Plus, find amazing deals like dining tables starting at just $399 and queen beds for only $699. And if you're looking for better sleep, you can save big on all the best mattress brands and enjoy Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Shop Steinhaffel's in-store or online at steinhaffels.com. Relax. It's Steinhaffel's. You might think the 10 o'clock hour is starting, but it's not. More Wilde and Tausch with Homer. Straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here. Regular season football is just around the corner. That has me, and I'm sure many of you, feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. Stick around to hear some of the best feel-good stories of the week coming up to close out today's show. Our family trusted Holman Lindsay's great team of pro painters. Super easy to get in touch with, and they do a tremendous job. All you have to do is stop into any Madison area Holman Lindsay location, ask a member of the team, and they'll help get you in touch with the best pro for your job. From hot summer days to brisk winter nights, Holman Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why we can say Holman Lindsay truly is Wisconsin's best paint. Holman Lindsay, great paint, great people. Check them out at holmanlindsay.com. Stick around for Feel Good Friday coming up to close out today's show, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Badgers defensive lineman Charles Perkins spoke to the media after practice on Wednesday, and it's safe to say he's confident in UW's front seven heading into 2026.
Everybody compete. Everybody all in. Last year, all the guys was all in, but this year, this a special group that we got guys that came out the transfer portal who came in all in, and we are a brotherhood. And so this team, this defensive line, I feel like this defensive line this year are very close. So it's a brotherhood, most definitely, in the trenches.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweda. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweda metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweda Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Air Laura does it again.
Spinning, Laura leaping, Laura catching!
And again.
Oh, Laura leaps, and he made the catch, banging up against the wall!
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
We'll get to your calls at the top of the 10 o'clock hour and your texts on the Carbless Talk and Text line. 844-770-3776, so you can get in line now. Because I do enjoy the day after games calls and texts. I enjoy that we provide that service for you to get thoughts out into the atmosphere. But I had some thoughts during the game last night because I couldn't remember what Jesse had done on those prize picks that he threw out at us yesterday. How did you end up doing on that?
It was a winner. I did a flex play, so it was 3 out of 4 because I did not get the Pierre Strong rushing yards. But
yeah, I saw he was out of the game when you were saying, I need 22 more yards from him.
Yeah, that was tough.
Not happening.
But Jordan Love, less passing yards, yes. Trey Smack, more than 1.5 made field goals, yes. Sky Moore, less than 17.5 receiving yards, yes. And Drew Aller threw a touchdown pass. He actually threw 2. So it was a nice little night for me on prize picks. I told you there's value in preseason. If you know what the team is going to be doing going into a preseason game, what they value, you can find some nice opportunities, especially early in preseason on prize picks.
Well, I'm glad that worked out for you. Preseason seems like a dicey proposition to me. All right, we're going to hit the reset button. We're going to kick off the 10 o'clock hour. I want Homer to really get an opportunity to make him feel like he's not wasting his time on the show this morning. So we will do that when we kick off the 10 o'clock hour. We'll do that in 2 minutes. And after we hear from Tausch telling us, Tausch on tape, about American Family Insurance. Stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Sundays at Lambeau just got even better thanks to American Family Insurance. Enter the Dream Weekend Sweepstakes for your chance at the ultimate Packers game day experience. Winners score tickets to the November 15th game, a pregame tailgate in Titletown, a signed Jordan Love jersey, historical Packer tours, swag, and more. Your dream weekend is waiting. Don't miss it. No purchase is necessary. Enter by 11:59 Central Time on October 14th of 2026. See official rules and enter at amfam.com/Packers.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Packers fall 28-9 in their preseason opener to Mike McCarthy's Pittsburgh Steelers. Nobody cares about the score in the preseason, though. Everybody cares that the kicker was good last night. Trey Smack, 3 for 3, unofficially 4 for 4. One was called back because of a penalty from 55+. Matt LaFleur on his rookie kicker after the game.
I thought Trey Smack going in there, hitting the 58-yarder, and as Cam was telling me no, I told him yes. But to put him in that situation and to hit really 2 in one game is pretty incredible. So I thought he was definitely a bright spot for us.
Reactions to last night's game continuing. Jason Wilde and Homer on Wilde and Tausch until noon today. Speaking at noon on ESPN, Wisconsin Whitefish Bay Little League plays Iowa. Trip for the first time ever for Wisconsin to the Little League World Series on the line. Noon on ESPN and the ESPN app. Brewers winners in the 9th inning last night. They scored 3 runs to come back against the Dodgers and win at 5-4. Back at it tonight, 9:10, first pitch in L.A.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch with the GOAT, Steve the Homer True. And as our cousin sub of the day, cousin subs, we believe in better. Let's get right to the carbless talk and text line 844-770-3776. Less is more. Start with calls and we'll get to texts. Let's start with the calls with Carl in Rhinelander. Carl, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. Doing excellent. How are you?
Awesome. What'd you think of the opener?
Well, we always like to see them win, but the more important thing to me is there were no major injuries. Made me happy.
Yeah, and were you nervous at all that they were starting Jordan Love and Christian Watson and Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed, or were you okay with that?
I wouldn't say I was comfortable by any stretch of the word.
I wasn't either. They only played 9 snaps. What else stood out to you?
I can't talk about the kicker, but otherwise, I'd say him.
Yeah, there you go. It really limits you.
I thought I was impressed. He nailed them 2 long ones, and I was very nervous on all of his kicks. But I mean, that's how it's been the last couple of years. When anytime our kicker gets up there, kick a field goal, hold your breath.
That's fair. I will be curious to see what he does, as Matt LaFleur said after the game. And thanks for the call, Carl. Homer. Even Matt LaFleur, who was clearly overjoyed with the way Trey Smack performed, then said now he's got to stack it. How confident are you based on what you saw from Jesus Smack last night that he will continue to be omnipotent?
Say I'm not going to do
kicker?
it, so you've now done it twice. You're such a dink. I just want to let you know I don't give any credibility to anything Matt LaFleur says anymore. I go by what he does. His comments about Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love have made me realize that it's possible that anything he says can be utter, total crap. And doesn't mean I think any less of him as a coach. Doesn't mean I think any less of him, but I will no longer. It's very similar to the way I am with Micah Parsons talking about other teammates. he has set a standard that's insane. It's not as bad as LaFleur, but so what are my thoughts on the kicker? There's no what LaFleur says has no impact. Again, he was historic, but it, as you appropriately stated, it's limited, and no one will know, and might not even know until late in the season, as you have the situation with wind and the difficulty of Lambeau Field. I am more confident than normal because of Ryan Longwell's involvement, though I don't know the specifics, because he is smart enough to see if he thinks the way that this new kicker kicks could turn into a problem, and my assumption is he thinks exactly the opposite.
Yeah, I'm very curious
he's so confident
now.
in the kid.
Yeah, I'm very curious now what exactly Ryan's involvement was, because I will tell you that when I talked to Trey Smack about what Ryan Longwell had said to Tausch and to me on the show, he basically said, look, I don't kick the ball the way Ryan did, and it's hard to change how you hit it. And he compared it to a golfer. Now, Jesse, you're more into golf than I am. Scotty Scheffler, does he hit a fade or I don't know, but he said Scotty hits this, and I can't remember the other golfer he even used as an example, so I'm really crushing this comparison. But somebody else hits a different ball. So the idea of him changing how he kicks it to fit what Ryan's suggestion was, he kind of dismissed that. So now it makes me wonder.
I'd like to comment on that.
I'd love for you to comment on that.
I don't think he's dismissing it because I don't believe that Ryan Longwell is stupid enough to think that there's something that this kid does that he wants to copy, not Longwell. Longwell has belief about certain styles, just like in golf. You hit a ball with a draw, there's a greater risk of not being able to control the draw, which is why many great players, including Beck Nicklaus, have worked more on the fade because you can control that better. Whatever Longwell said to the kid, I'm certain he didn't say anything that was asking him to kick the way Longwell did. It may have been asking him to kick in a way that creates, over history or over his knowledge, less chance of error.
So, Jesse, just to clarify, when Ryan Longwell was on our show, he was very clear about how he thought you needed to kick inside Lambeau Field. Was he not?
He did say that, yes. He pointed out himself, Crosby, and Chris Jackie kicked a certain way, and other kickers who have come and gone kicked a different way.
I believe he called it a cut, and the idea was it cuts through the wind because the ball doesn't move. You kick a lower trajectory, and it stays straighter. Now, last night...
Just like a golf shot, actually.
Right, which, I think that's why Trey Smack made the comparison. But the idea that he was not telling Trey... Now, what he said on our show, as compared to what he might have said to Trey Smack this week, are not necessarily the same. But he very clearly made it sound like if Trey Smack was going to succeed, and Jesse, interrupt me if I'm misquoting him, if Trey Smack was going to succeed at Lambeau Field, he needed to kick the ball a certain way.
That is how I interpreted Ryan Longwell's lengthy visit.
All right, let me help both of you. Let me help both of you out.
Thank you.
It is possible to a degree, but there's no way they would have taken the player if it was that big of an issue. Now, in golf, again, there are some players, Byron Nelson being one of those, that hit the ball so straight, they don't have to worry about a cut or a draw.
Was he playing around the same time that Don
ever.
Hudson was playing for the Packers?
No. Yeah, I think he was. But there are others since then who hit the ball incredibly straight. No, I needed to come up with another. But my point is, I don't believe they would have drafted him if they thought, or Longwell thought, this issue was that greater. I think my assumption is that he's happy with the way the kid kicks, because it would appear based on last night, he has the amazing ability to kick it perfectly straight. But he needs to be aware of the issue in terms of when it gets cold. But if he never draws the ball, I would think that Longwell, and you can ask him, Homer says if the new kid never draws the ball or hooks the ball, you would be fine with him not cutting as much as you feel is necessary with the wind.
All right, we will.
And I believe I'll be 100% right.
You usually believe that you're 100% right.
Would you like to hear what Ryan Longwell said with us? I have a clip from when Ryan Longwell
Again,
was on.
I would factor in. I
Jesse
would like
Nelson has
to
a
know
clip
what
ready?
he would say privately. I would like to know what Ryan Longwell says privately more than what he says publicly on any show. I would assume that it differs. I just don't know how much. There are some things he thinks people have no business knowing, and I would support him in that.
Nevertheless, here's what Ryan Longwell said when he joined us a couple months ago to talk about Trey Smack.
What I have told Trey and what needs to happen, and like I've worked with this with college kickers forever, and the few NFL guys I've helped, including like Mason early on. The ball needs to be leaned more forward and away. You need to like cover the ball more. It's like a golf shot. You need to cover it to get it so it doesn't move left. And you absolutely need to lower the trajectory. And we have control over the ball up into the apex. The gods and the winds have control over it on the way down. So if the apex is higher, does that hurt you in the Hudson Center? No. Does it hurt you in Tampa? Not usually. Does it hurt you in Lambeau and Soldier Field? Heck yeah.
He kicked very well last night. It did not appear that the conditions were in any way an issue. I do know that Pittsburgh is a tough place to kick late in the year. I don't know how that compares to August 13th. There's every reason to be excited about what he did. There's every reason to be curious about what his conversation with Ryan Longwell was like the last few days while Ryan Longwell was in Green Bay before they departed for Pittsburgh. But that sure sounds like Ryan Longwell telling him he needs to kick the ball differently. And Trey Smack had said to me that that's what Ryan Longwell had told him directly when they had talked at one point before the start of training camp. So, again, the results yesterday were great. I hope for Trey Smack's sake and for all the Packers fans that want their team to win this year, that is the start of a long and productive Packers Hall of Fame career, as Homer has predicted after one preseason game, for him.
I have not predicted that. Again, inaccurate. What I said is he performed. Hold on. Let me just, here's what I said. He performed at a level that if it continued, it would be Hall of Fame, Packer Hall of Fame. Go back and check the tape. It's
check
important
the tape. Yeah,
that
check the tape.
I recognize that it was preseason, but it was still historic preseason in the history of the NFL, meaning that if you could maintain that level. Now, I'm very fascinated. You brought up Longwell, and I'm sure Longwell would say this publicly. Given where it was, I would need him to factor in where he has Pittsburgh in terms of being compared to Green Bay or Florida. I mean, does he feel the same?
I don't.
Is it hard to kick in Pittsburgh?
I don't know that. Again, I am very curious to see if Trey Smack does alter how he kicks based on Longwell's comparison or discussion of what works at Lambeau Field. Last night,
he's not going to.
Okay. Well, I guess then he may have struggles when we get to a time of the calendar that's not August 13th in the sultry, humid Pittsburgh air that he had last night. But he was great last night.
Yeah, my guess is it's possible he might be working on that. I think I would be disappointed if he didn't give Longwell some credit. And now the question is, how much do you work on that? Do you work on that to where it could ruin your regular way of kicking?
That's what I think. That's what I was driving at. Is that I think you kick the way you kick.
Practicing it and kicking that way are two different reasons. He will not kick another way.
We will get to more of your calls.
Wait a minute. How did I state anything that was?
I feel like
That's not what you said.
You disagreed with me earlier, and then what you basically said was summarized what I'd been trying to say. So I'm not sure.
No, you're talking about kicking. He's not going to change the way he kicks. He may practice and be aware of, do I need to work on that a little bit if, in fact, something happens? He will not change the way he kicks. Now, have I made myself clear? You seem to think he might.
You can't. you can't say he won't change the way he kicks if he realizes that he does have to change the way he kicks when the weather turns.
No, well, but you have to have the confidence. I mean, do you want to ruin him for all the other stuff? You're going to change your golf swing? No.
You know what? I'm just
going to work on it,
I'm just going to celebrate the fact that he kicked well last night, and we'll cross the next bridge when we get to it. And next week he'll be kicking in the rarefied air of the Mile High City, and we'll see how that goes.
He's going to make from 78 next week.
Yes, exactly, twice. And then he's going to get away.
Over 70 if they let him. 70 or more if they let him.
Kicker Miz.
What's the longest field goal Jesus ever made? Because he was wearing those sandals.
That's three. That's three. At what point do I ever complain? I say I'm not going to bring it up, so he purposely now has brought it up 3 times. Does everybody understand what Jason's doing? And he's amused by it. He's smiling right now. He loves this, which is okay, but just so you know what's going on.
I'm also smiling at our partnership with Potawatomi Casino Hotel. They've got the new Potawatomi Sportsbook Gate at Lambeau Field. They have the ribbon cutting for that. And, of course, you don't have to necessarily go and watch games. You don't have to go and play slots. You can have a great time at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in a variety of ways, including with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, you got tons and tons of options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, and Cream City Coffee Company, and all of them have food and drink specials happening all the time. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We'll get to more of your calls and texts on the Carbless Talk and Text line next. It's Wilde and Tausch with Steve the Homer True as our cousin sub of the day.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, training camp practices and preseason games are great opportunities for the guys up in Green Bay to make sure they're fully ready for the regular season. If they didn't work on things now, there could be some big mistakes that happen in the regular season when the games count. Well, the same goes for car maintenance. Get your vehicle checked before you go on that long road trip or an issue comes up during an important, busy time in your life. And there's no better vehicle service team than the team I trust over at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Get a tune-up, check the battery, check your tires, change the oil, make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape so you can focus on the fun of getting from place to place for whatever your next adventure holds and not allowing vehicle trouble to disrupt you. Schedule a service appointment, view vehicle inventory, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Fix any issues before it counts. When it comes to your vehicle, take my word for it and trust the fantastic team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. The name you can trust.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 18th.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Seattle Mariners.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 18th at 6:40 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Madison's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Four 770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. Oh. Paul is upstairs, and apparently there are some deer that have taken up some residence in our little golf practice area in our backyard. They're just hanging out. That's exciting. Love a good deer visit.
Must be nice to have a golf practice area in your
backyard.
backyard.
It is nice. Yeah. It used to be where their swing set was, but they don't, they're kind of outgrown that. You're more than welcome to come by next time you're here for a wedding or whatever, Jesse. Work on your game.
10th anniversary coming up.
It's true. It is coming up. We'll have you over. Bring your sticks. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. Let's take another call. Let's talk to our old buddy Levi in Stevens Point. Levi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jason, and good morning, Homer. How are you guys doing this morning? And good morning, Jesse, as well.
Fine. He's doing fine. What did you think of the game last night, Levi? What was your biggest positive not named Trey Smack, and what was your biggest negative not named Keyshawn Nixon?
I would say my positive is the third-string quarterback Kyle McCord last night.
He had a great night.
No one's talking about him. That. 12 of 16 for 102 yards. It was not bad.
Not too shabby.
The negative? I'm sorry?
Not too shabby. Yeah. What was your negative?
Yeah. Okay. Can I just say as a former Packer Dean Lowry, just for a joke, for that took off the 58-yard field goal for Smack last night. Anyway, for that penalty he had, but it's just a joke. But I thought the defense secondary was still an issue last night, especially the we know about the Keyshawn Nixon, but defense really struggled on the defensive side, like in the second half. But
those are obviously guys that are fighting for roster spots. They gave up some big plays. Drew Aller gave Jesse what he needed for his prize picks, that's for sure. And thanks for the call, Levi. I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about that, but they did want to get an extended look at some of those guys. Jalen Simpson played a bunch, and he slipped and fell on that big play during the second half, the 75-yard catch and run or whatever it was. That didn't help his cause at all. But they've got two more preseason games. Homer, I'm curious. And I think we touched on this briefly when Tausch joined us.
I do want to talk about Keyshawn Nixon first, if I can.
You can
This
do
is all
whatever
garbage.
you wish.
He's the starter. He's going to be the starter. He didn't miss the tackle. He thought the other guy was going to make it. Come on.
That is what
it's
I
not
said.
like he just garbage. The people want to pick on Keyshawn Nixon for that game. Fine. Pick on him for not breathing the right way.
Why do you think that is?
I can't speak for them. I just want people to know, as you stated, it's garbage. I don't even know who 27 is. Oladipo, or what? Who's the guy?
Not to be
Safety,
confused
right?
with Victor Oladipo. He is Catan Oladapo.
Yeah, Oladapo. Okay, I apologize. I should know your name, but you're probably not going to make the team. But anyway, but yes, he missed that tackle, but to not put it in the proper context, and again, all this is wasted time. He knows he's the starter, number one. Everybody on the team, the coach, knows he's the starter, number one. So you just have to figure out how to use your starters in this meaningless. And I want to apologize because I'm not doing the show properly. I have 100% obsession with banana football. And every time there's a preseason game, I think they need to institute the first half is regular football. The second half should be banana football. We have to come up with the rules. And that would make the preseason games way more entertaining than they are now. Fans would love it. So
do you feel like
can't really
banana
focus on
baseball can be transferred to a football version?
Of course. Oh, yes. Everybody thought baseball was the most boring sport by far, correct? It's just our sport, but it's boring. Nothing happens all this time. They turned banana baseball into entertaining, and if you can do it, you might even be able to do it with lacrosse. That was just a cheap shot at lacrosse. But you can do it, yes. Football. The last, you have something, the fans get involved. I thought the first half should be preseason regular, and the second half, preseason banana football. And, you can catch field. We need people to start working on it. I can't. My idea of banana football is one, you have a play where the offense gets 2 footballs. So you have a center on one side, center on another, 2 quarterbacks. I mean, I'm open to any of this stuff, but it needs to be done. I haven't figured out banana basketball would work where you'd have 4. It's all about getting the fans involved.
They already
and
do that.
Everybody observes it. The most amazing thing is baseball. Is that some other kind of baseball could be as entertaining as it is. I can't think of anything as surprising in the world of entertainment as banana baseball. And they had 104,000 people at the University of Tennessee football stadium. Baseball.
Almost as impressive as Robert Conrad's career, despite being 5'3". I'm curious, how much of this banana ball have you watched? Sydney went to a game at AmFam Field, but it wasn't the Bananas. It was the Party Animals and some other team.
Right. No, it's that was Savannah baseball became banana baseball because this guy realized. I haven't watched much, but I did catch the 10 rules. And I was fascinated by how good those 10 rules are. And so you need to come up with, I don't know if you need 10, but I can't, that's not my area. I need help to come up with the rules, but to me, it's the easiest decision the NFL to ever make. Preseason games are a waste, right? They can't get anybody to go to them. You start adding banana football to the second half, you can go back to charging regular season price for those tickets.
All right. So since this was preseason football and not regular season football and doesn't count, I am going to have to ask.
What do you think of my opinion?
Well, what are the 10 rules of banana ball?
I don't. That's what we got to work on. But you have to agree with the premise that if you were with the commissioner of the NFL, you would say what?
What are the rules of the baseball version so we can work on putting together a football version?
I don't remember.
You don't have those memorized?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna look those up.
This guy's brilliant. Okay,
right,
you do that.
I'm gonna look up banana
You'll
ball
be impressed.
rules. We will get to those. We will also.
And I also want to add one more thing.
Okay,
want to know what your thought is on this. I'll make it quick. In baseball, if a team brings a regular player into pitch, regular position player, then banana ball is on. Because they have basically said the game is over. That's why we're bringing this person in. And now banana baseball takes over. Game is over. The score is whatever the score is, and now both teams can participate. And wouldn't regular players love to be able to play banana ball if just for a little bit in this kind of situation? Now, that is a great idea, but I don't know if they'll agree with that either. This game is over, right? When you bring a regular, when the Brewers bring in Sanchez to pitch, they basically said the game is over, right? We don't care. Game's over. We don't want to use, right? This is the way you do it. Banana baseball in regular games, but only when you bring in an everyday pitcher. Now, you can imagine what various players would do now that they're allowed banana ball. What would different Brewer play? You could ask them this question. This is a TV question. If they allowed banana ball in a major league game, what was the first thing you would like to do? All right, now I'm done. Sorry to interrupt.
You didn't interrupt. Meanwhile, in the YouTube comments, we're still working on the logistics of Jesus kicking field goals. And I want to give a special shout out.
Is that number 5? How many times is this? 5?
No, I'm just reporting
4.
this. This is actually quite good.
Don't lie. You're not doing that. You're doing it. You've never mentioned that name so often until I said I'm done doing it. And now you're at 4, and 4 in how many minutes? What are we at? 4 in 30 minutes?
Brambo asking the very important question, if Jesus is kicking field goals, who's holding?
5.
And would it be Judas a la Lucy with Charlie Brown? I'm sorry.
That doesn't count as 6. We're still at 5. It's very funny.
The betrayal of Lucy. Oh, okay.
Who's the long snapper?
It's a great question. I'm not sure. Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, they could all rotate.
Does Jesus do kickoffs?
That's 6, but does Jason get responsible for other people doing it even though?
Don't credit me with another one.
I didn't put you at 6 because you did a nice job. No, the 6 was for someone else mentioning it, even though you didn't, if that wouldn't have occurred if you hadn't created this new thing.
That's very fair.
Anyway,
okay. We will. We'll get to some of your texts on the Carbless Talk and text line next, after we hear from Tausch telling us about MoMA. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Mark Tauscher here, excited to tell you about my friends at MoMA. If you've been putting up with pain in your knee, shoulder, back, neck, don't just tough it out. Believe me, after all those years playing football, I know a thing or two about aches and pains. That's why I've partnered up with MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, making it easier to find the right specialist and the right treatment for you. Whether you need care in one of their offices, the surgery center, ortho laser, which is what I've been using, smart scan, or MOSH, their experienced team is focused on helping you feel better and get back to living your life. Certainly helped me overcome some pretty bad knee pain thanks to the treatment at ortho laser that I've received throughout the summer. MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. Man, I highly recommend seeing their team, as I personally have seen what the right care can do. Call or walk in or learn more at MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. And how's this for a little adventure? Labor Day weekend, you could win $45,000 credit valid toward any new or used RV. Play now through September 6th using your Unity card to earn entries. Check out the full rules at casino.hardrock.com. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Prizes, flyaways, even Cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon Landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've spent a lifetime putting in the work. Right now, score one of the best deals of summer with the Iron Jock Basics Bundle. Get a premium t-shirt, a pair of performance boxers, and crew socks, all for just $57.50. Iron Jock gear is built for comfort with moisture-wicking fabric, 4-way stretch, and silver ion technology that helps you fight odor-causing bacteria. It's everyday performance at an unbeatable price. Don't wait. Head to ironjock.com and grab your basic bundle today.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
We'll get to some of your other thoughts on the preseason opener. Packers lose 28-9 to the Steelers, but who cares about the outcome? I have in front of me the rules of Banana Ball, and I have Mark and Hale's Corners on hold, so we'll get to him momentarily.
Am I right? There are 10?
There are 11?
Oh, okay.
Apparently. At least based on what I found. Some of the highlights.
I'm sure that's right.
Win the inning, win the point. Every inning is worth 1 point. No new inning can be started after 2 hours. In the last inning of the game, every run counts. Batters cannot step out of the batter's box. If the hitter steps out of the box, it's a strike. Batters cannot bunt. If a hitter bunts, they're ejected from the game. Why? Because bunting sucks.
Aww.
I don't agree with that.
That's not nice.
Batters can steal first on any pitch of any at-bats. The hitter can try to steal first base. This can happen on a passed ball or a wild pitch. No walks allowed. If a pitcher throws ball 4, it becomes a sprint. The hitter will take off running while every defensive player on the field must touch the ball before it becomes live. The hitter can advance to as many bases as they want. The ball does not have to touch the catcher or the pitcher. No mound visits from coach, catcher, or any other player at any time. And here is my favorites before I get in. I'm not going to do the longer rules. Foul balls caught by fans are counted as outs. Now that I like. That I can get on board with. I don't know if Homer has fleshed out the actual rules of banana football, but Mark in Hale's Corners has his take on banana football.
They don't
Mark,
exist.
Good morning. What do you think of Homer's idea for banana football?
I have to comment on his take on banana ball. I went to this thing at Miller Park. I mean, I knew very little bit about it when they came. It was like coconuts and somebody else. Party animals, I think.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to leave before the game even started. The build-up to this, it was insanity. To me, it was like baseball for the people who like monster truck rallies,
then
WWE,
don't go.
car crashes.
You clearly, hold on.
Homer, I don't know how this many people in America can like
they
this.
They sold it
out.
Fine, then complain about humanity. Well, you're the problem. Does it make you feel like a unicorn?
I don't believe I'm the problem.
Everybody else.
Like
hold on. Everybody else has two arms and you have one, and you're complaining that they have two? Come on.
I mean, that's
you have better callers than this?
If you want to say that, that's fair. All I know is
it's not why I want to say that. It's accurate.
Guys up there batting shirtless. I saw a guy on stilts. It's like, what is happening?
Right. And it sells out everywhere. You can't even blame Milwaukee.
Well, right. I guess people like wasting their money.
The ladies in section 117 would like if Garrett Mitchell batted shirtless. I can tell you that much from when I was there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was a tough watch.
Mark, I would say this. I don't think we are if you are a baseball purist, you are definitely not their target demographic.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even think I'm a baseball purist. I have a functioning brain. I don't think that's
now the people
audience.
that like it. By the way, just so you understand, it started as one team, and it's become so popular they've turned into a league. Everywhere in the country.
I have no idea how that happened.
No, you don't get it. You should be looking at a mirror and saying, "What's wrong with me?" Clearly, you're not.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Any other thoughts you'd like to share that Homer will be dismissing out of hand?
I hope they don't do anything like you're describing about banana football. Like, no, come on. Like, we don't need to
I know.
do that.
I get it.
Isn't that what?
And you wouldn't care if everybody liked it either.
Or Canadian football is.
Are you against
food? We don't need to do that to football. Am I against food?
Against
no.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you say am I against food?
Wait. Food and money. I'm trying to figure out other things that everybody in the world likes, and you don't.
Look,
and so you think
can't
it's
say
them.
everybody else in the world likes banana baseball. You can't say that. It's just not true.
Well, what can you say?
Mark's not the only one on the planet who thinks it's goofy and silly and was not entertained.
Right.
Of course, he may have been the only person who attended it that thought that, because most of the people that went probably like it and had some idea of what they were getting themselves into. Mark, before we let you go, on a more serious note, what did you think last night of what was not banana football, what was preseason football? And was there anything beyond smack and criticizing Keyshawn Nixon, which not everybody in the world is doing, but as apparently a lot of people on social media are? Anything else jump out at you?
I felt Morgan looked pretty good at left tackle for the most part when I was zeroing in on him. I also thought Lloyd, I was a little nervous. Did anyone else think it looked like on that first handoff to him that it kind of slid down in between his hands just for a second? I felt that. So I was a little nervous about that because, of course, I'm concerned about his ball security and staying healthy. So those two things kind of jumped out at me as well.
And that's a good point. I'm glad you brought it up. Mark, enjoy the next trip to see the coconuts and the party animals, or maybe the firemen. I would say this. This is one of the reasons why Marshawn Lloyd needs to work in the preseason despite his injury history. because he needs to do those types of things. He needs to take handoffs and show that he has ball. He can be secure with the football, show that he can take a hit, all those things. And so, again, I've said it many times, but I'm eager to see what he's capable of, because I don't think there's been a player, at least during my time covering the team, that has had – there's been other guys that have missed 2 years of football because of various injuries. I remember early in my career, Mike Flanagan had this gruesome broken leg. I think it was against the Steelers in a preseason game. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But he missed like the better part of 2 years. Ended up being an all-pro and Pro Bowl center. So it does not mean that you will not become something. But this is a critical year, obviously, for Marshawn Lloyd. And last night, even though 4 carries for 13 yards is not impressive, the fact that he was able to get through the game and apparently stay healthy and get some opportunities on the field, it's a building block for him, and we will see where it goes from there. All right, I do want to get to some real texts about the game. I also want to get to how Matt LaFleur managed to miss Aaron Rodgers after the game. But we can't do that until we hear from Tausch telling us about UW Credit Union. More with Steve the Homer True, our cousin sub of the day. It's Banana Ball, Wilde and Tausch.
You know, UW Credit Union, I say it all the time, it is here for every you, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. They are all across the state. They have a great app, easy to work, and it is a pleasure to be a partner and a member of UW Credit Union. Join today, like I did, at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
Football season is here, and ESPN Madison is your home for Badgers fans.
How good does Luke Fickell have to be this year to retain his job? I think he's got to be better than anybody even thinks.
Tune in all season long right here on the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson for Madison School and Community Recreation. It is time for you to get your friends together and join MSCR on the courts this fall. Madison School and Community Recreation's adult fall volleyball and basketball leagues are open right now for registration. That's men's, women's, and all gender leagues forming with games starting in early October in gyms all around Madison. I know what you're thinking. Okay, it's August 14th. We got a ton of time for leagues starting in October. No, registration's open right now for a reason. You're going to get to Labor Day. Football season's going to kick off. You're going to start thinking about everything else that's going on, and you're going to say, oh, man, we missed registration. Get that group text going right now. You're going to see your friends this weekend. Say, hey, let's go play some basketball. Let's go play some volleyball this year with Madison School and Community Recreation. MSCR leagues are all about community connection, having a great time no matter your skill level. That appeals to me. Sign up today at mscrsportsleagues.org. That's mscrsportsleagues.org.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffel's. Shop Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale and save up to 30% on furniture and decor. Test Rest a Beauty Rest Black and get a free $25 gas card. Only at
I'm sure I am.
Badgers defensive lineman Charles Perkins spoke to the media after practice on Wednesday, and it's safe to say he's confident in UW's front seven heading into 2026.
Everybody compete. Everybody all in. Last year, all the guys was all in, but this year, this is a special group that we got guys that came out the transfer portal who all in, and we are a brotherhood. So this team, this defensive line, I feel like this defensive line this year are very close. So it's a brotherhood. Most definitely in the trenches.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buckin' Honeys. We'll see you there.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. Oh, that power! All for the crew! Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Air Laura does it again.
Spinning, Laura leaping, Laura catching!
And again.
Oh, Laura leaps, and he made the catch, banging up against the wall!
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on with Uncle Homer in for Old Boy. Homer, how's this going for you so far, you think?
That's odd. I'm way older than he is.
Yeah, but he calls
my show.
That's his big
show.
phrase, Old Boy. It's because he can never remember people's names. I mean, let's tell the truth here. Old Boy,
Okay.
Old Boy.
Well, but I'm confused. Does he call himself that or other people that? I thought he called himself that. You call
Old T.
Old T. He calls
Old T,
himself.
okay.
But
all right.
Be that as it may, I call David Gruber if I'm ever injured in an accident. 414-276-6666.
I call him 84. That's what I call him.
You call him what?
84. David Gruber scored 84 points in a basketball game.
At the Wisconsin Athletic Club?
I used to say that. They said no, they don't believe. They think it was at the Jewish Center. But they did have a statistician keeping track of the points, so it's not made up. Legit, 84.
He was a college player.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all right. And maybe you can see him at the State Fair Milk House while you're at State Fair, because they are a big sponsor of that, the Gruberlofs' Milk House at the Wisconsin State Fair. And all the proceeds go to the Wisconsin State Fair Charitable Arm. So make sure you check that out. And, of course, check out the website, gruber-law.com, to see all the other ways that David and his team and his family support our local charities and local teams.
Can I interject one additional David Gruber story?
One call, that's all. You certainly may.
And it doesn't
Are you really
violate
asking
my rule
when you
about
say
Jay.
that, though? Why don't you just say, I'm going to interject?
It's your show. No, it's your show. No, you could say no. That's fine. I would do it if it was my show. No, I got to go.
I'm not sure what goes on your show.
My now son-in-law came over here from Spain on a green card, and he was probably here about 2 weeks. And he said, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. He said, is David Gruber God? I said, what do you mean? He goes, he's everywhere.
7.
Yep. So,
does that one count?
No, that does not count. No, because there's no J in there. No, God is a totally separate thing, I believe. But, okay, if you want to make it 7, go ahead. I just thought for somebody that just came here from another country, Spain, I don't know if I mentioned that. I probably didn't.
You did. Yeah, you did.
He just, first thing he ever said. It's just a question. He's very smart. And I think he was amazed by the presence in every way, in so many ways. So, I'm not sure I should have brought that up, but I did. So. Can I take it over? I would take it out. I would say, sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up.
No.
84 is much better.
I thought it was fun.
I would agree.
Okay.
And it got
Next.
another God reference onto the program. I'm Tom Pippins. Welcome to God Talk. Speaking of gods, there's a segue for you. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what he believes these days, but apparently, as we discussed with Tausch, his former coach was not able to connect with him. Here is Matt LaFleur when asked how nice it was to see Aaron Rodgers last night at Packers-Steelers.
I mean, I didn't get to say hello to him. That was a bummer. I was hoping to see him, but certainly a guy that I've got a ton of respect for, and as long as he's not playing the Green Bay Packers, I'll always root for him.
So that's nice. But how the heck did they miss each other? I don't get it.
You know the answer to that.
I don't. No, tell me, Homer. Enlighten me.
Yeah, you do. They wanted to miss each other. Come on.
No way. You think? He's reconciling with everybody. He just saw Matt LaFleur last year at their regular season game. They seem to be fine.
How hard would it be to get together if you wanted to get together? On a scale of 1 to 10,
do you think Rodgers avoided him, or do you think LaFleur avoided Rodgers?
I don't know why.
Because of that whole thing.
I'll let you say
because of that whole thing about how Jordan Love is the best he's ever been around at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, one of the greatest lies in the history of the world.
I know you took issue with that. That's why I brought it up.
You understand the dynamics.
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
I still do it. I
don't know.
You think it just randomly? Okay, I don't know either. I don't even have an opinion. How rare is that?
That can't be
true. I know
true.
I have an opinion. The opinion is very simple. It didn't occur because Rodgers didn't want it to occur. Everything happens when he wants it to occur, and he chose that it not occur.
No, like he said hello to everyone. Everyone except LaFleur.
Again, right. His actions tell you all you need to know. Thanks for supporting my opinion by saying all the other people he saw.
Yeah. Speaking of your opinion, so you did have an
opinion. There's a part of me that says Aaron Rodgers would have gone to LaFleur and go, man, that's a beauty. I got to admit, of all the things you say, that's one of my favorite ever.
You read my mind because I was going to say, I feel like what Aaron would have done in that instance would have been to seek him out to say, are you kidding me right now? Come on. There's no way you believe
But then he's afraid LaFleur might have told people about that. So the only way he can avoid LaFleur not talking about that is to not let it occur. Because clearly LaFleur, LaFleur's kind of like now willing to say stuff. Who knows what else he might say about me. Right?
Yeah,
but Rodgers wants to get out of that business, so yeah. I'm guessing on this, so I'd bet $2 on 100 on it, but
I just found
Rodgers
myself
that you referred to and that I referred to. He would have loved saying to LaFleur, "Oh man, way to go, dude! Oh, that is of all the things I thought you would never say, that was at the top 5, and you did it." He wouldn't even address the accuracy of it.
It was definitely
that part of Rodgers.
Yeah, there's a lot to miss. All right, we need to get to the 11 o'clock hour. We can't do that though until we hear from Tausch telling us about Jones Dairy Farm. Which again, I thought maybe my teammates would maybe secure me some of the great Jones Dairy Farm products while they were there, and I wasn't able to attend. But no. That's okay. We'll make a trip down. One of Paula's good friends that she used to coach lives in Fort Atkinson. We'll go on our own and experience it our own because it is a wonderful place. Here's Tausch telling us about Jones Dairy Farm. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Mark Tauscher here for Jones Dairy Farm in Fort Atkinson. Jones Dairy Farm has been family-owned and operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson, all the way back to 1889. And when you say Jones Dairy Farm, the first thing I think is sausage. They're best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. It's available in pork, chicken, and turkey, and it's all made with fresh meat only, and it's all delicious. But you also can't think about Jones Dairy Farm without thinking bacon. It's life-changing. What makes it so special is that it's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks, which leads to intense flavor worth the wait. Jones Dairy Bacon is smoked with real cherry wood and hickory hardwood. Jones Dairy Farm also makes naturally smoked ham and Canadian bacon, Braunschweiger, and fully cooked meatballs. Visit the Jones Market, open Thursday through Saturday, just down the road from the Fireside Dinner Theater in Fort Atkinson. And find Jones products in grocery stores across Wisconsin. To make it easier, check the product finder on their website, jonesdairyfarm.com.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tauscher here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Green Bay Packers lose the preseason opener in Pittsburgh against Mike McCarthy's Steelers 28-9, but nobody actually cares about the final score of the game. What everybody cares about, Trey Smack, 3 of 3. In reality, it was actually 4 of 4 kicking the field goal, including 2 from 50-plus last night. Matt LaFleur on his rookie kicker in his NFL debut after the game.
I thought Trey Smack going in there, hitting a 58-yarder, and his Cam was telling me no. I told him yes. But to put him in that situation and to hit really 2 in one game is pretty incredible. So I thought he was definitely a bright spot for us.
Reactions to last night's preseason opener continuing until noon on Wilde and Tausch with Homer in as the cousin sub of the day for Tausch here on 100.5 ESPN. Speaking of noon, that's when you should get over to ESPN. Wisconsin Little League. Whitefish Bay playing Iowa for Wisconsin's first trip ever to the Little League World Series. Noon on ESPN and the ESPN app. Brewers-Dodgers, 9:10 tonight.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now with Steve the Homer True in as our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. Jesse, we took away Trey Smack as an option for positives and negatives because he was far and away. Some might go so far as to say he was a deity. Does that count in the standings? With his performance yesterday. But were there a lot of thoughts on him on the text portion of the Carbless Talking text line? Less is more?
Yeah, we had a few I wanted to get to. There's a name that came up, which I think he had a tough night last night. I didn't expect this comparison, but Donnie in DeForest texted
Donnie in DeForest had a tough night last night?
Be careful of overpraising Smack after one game. He could turn out to be another Graham Mertz. Remember, Graham Mertz had that legendary opening performance as the starting quarterback at Wisconsin.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Illinois?
Illinois, and on a Friday night at Camp Randall in the COVID season. And then after that, it was all downhill after it. Well, actually, he was good the following week against Michigan in the Big House.
He was.
And then he went to Northwestern, and it was downhill after that.
And he's in the NFL now. So he's not a bad quarterback. He's made it to the NFL. I think San Francisco is where he is. Okay, so if you are tempering your enthusiasm, which Homer clearly wasn't with his comps with the performance of Trey Smack.
Clearly I am. How do you say that?
Are you you're not tempering your enthusiasm.
Of it.
I'm
not about what
Jesus.
he did, but his performance in the game, not his future.
Would you say that if you compare someone to our Lord and Savior, you are tempering your enthusiasm? Okay. I would say no.
You can say whatever you want. I made it clear this had to do with that game. I have simply asked you to say that his performance was historic, and you refused to do so. I've never asked you that his season this year, that his future. I said if he performs like that over the course of career, never said he would be definitely in the Packer Hall of Fame. I want him to be given credit for what he did.
So
you refuse to do so because you think it means what he's going to do in the future.
No,
this isn't about what you said. This is about what I said.
Don't tell me what I think it means.
I know. I'm telling you what I said.
And you have now, in the last several moments, recapped how you compared him to Jesus. And you said that if he continues the way he did, he will end up in the Packers Hall of Fame. And all I said was that you are not tempering your enthusiasm. That is an undeniable fact.
No,
it doesn't. I didn't say anything about what you're predicting or what his future might be. Right now, today, you are not tempering your enthusiasm about Trey Smack. Period. Fin. There is no tempering going on. Because what tempering would be, hey, he had a really good night, but it doesn't really mean much. It's only the first preseason game. Who knows what he'll turn out to be? But it was a nice night that he had, making 4 kicks. That's tempering your enthusiasm. Comparing him to Jesus and saying that if he keeps this up, he'll be in the Packers Hall of Fame is not tempering your enthusiasm, which is all I said.
Hold on. All right. Tempering my enthusiasm about his performance in that game. Just make sure you add that. That is correct.
Thank you.
I'm not tempering that. All right. Okay. We're good.
Graham Mertz. Didn't have Graham Mertz reference on my bingo card for today.
Playing for the Texans, and I think
nicely done.
May have torn his ACL last night in the preseason
I don't
game.
believe his performance was historic. I don't believe his performance was historic in any way. I would add that.
Oh, no, Graham Mertz.
Yeah, tough break for
Feared to have suffered an ACL injury. That's not good. Mertzy.
Jerry in Brookfield texted in, I told you 2 weeks ago that the kicker would be the most valuable player for the Packers. If that's what LaFleur is so happy about, the Packers are in trouble.
I don't understand the text.
I don't either. I was hoping you would. I told you 2 weeks ago the kicker would, I guess he might be saying that the Packers' offense isn't very good, and so the kicker's going to get a lot of action this year.
By the way, did he not put in number 8 in our tally?
He did not, no.
Talking about his performance.
He did not.
I thought he made some reference in there.
Yeah,
I stand corrected.
I pointed out that you compared him to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Oh, nice. That would be 8 with a star.
Yeah.
He's moved on to a different level.
Did we learn anything about the Packers' offense last night?
Look, they played 9 plays, right, with a vanilla scheme, and they picked up a big third down. There was that big completion to Jaden Reed for 19 yards. They played without Josh Jacobs. No, we didn't learn anything other than that Jordan Love will be fine. And I saw something from Evan and Canty and I think Amber was filling in for Michelle. And something Canty said, I want to save it for next week because we're not going to get to it today.
Yeah, we'll do it on Monday.
But I thought it was pretty good. And on top of that, I would say that, like, what Evan has said, and you know, Evan likes to come on the show and joke about how he and I don't see eye to eye on certain things. We actually see eye to eye on a lot of things, and he's way more talented than I am. We just disagreed on some things early on. But this, I thought, him talking about how, and I know he mentioned it then on our show when he appeared with us later, Jordan Love is the darling of the football nerds. That's what he basically said. And he's right. All those abbreviation categories, QBR, EPA, WAR, all the other stuff, he does. He's great. And I think this could be a season where we look at him through a different lens by the time the year is over, where he puts up bigger numbers than he has before. Packers win a playoff game or two. This could be a transformative season for Jordan Love. 9 plays in a preseason game in Pittsburgh is not an indicator one way or the other if that's going to happen. But the most important thing, because I don't think he needed to play, and I didn't think it was worth the risk because it just happened last year against the Jets where he tore the ligament in his left thumb. And if that had been in his right thumb, there had been some real problems. Because everybody forgets that everybody thinks, well, Aaron Rodgers sucked in his last year in Green Bay. He broke his thumb in London and still played. And so that maybe a little bit, had an impact on his performance that year. Nevertheless, I did not think the juice was worth the squeeze. So to me, the most important thing was not just that he played fine, but that he didn't get hurt. And I don't want to see him again in the preseason. I want to see him in the joint practice with the Cardinals. And other than that, I want to see him holding a clipboard. I would like to see more of Tyrod Taylor because I don't know what Tyrod Taylor is as a player. I know what he is as a mentor and a backup, a guy that's seen pretty much everything in 16 years in the NFL, and I think he's going to be great for Jordan in that way. But I don't, if he has to play 2 games, are the Packers going to win those games? I have no idea. Just like I had no idea if...
Yeah, you do. You have a pretty good idea.
I don't. I didn't have any idea if they'd win 2 games with
Less likely
Malik
than
Willis,
if they
and
had
did.
the old quarterback. You agree with that? Less likely than if they had the old quarterback.
Look, I am a Malik Willis believer, but in fairness, I didn't know what to expect from him when he had to play, right? And the first game, when they beat the Colts, he handed off a lot, made a couple of throws. I think one was the Wicks. But otherwise, didn't do a whole lot, right? But they won the game. The next week, I'll never forget this. I was on the UW Oshkosh campus. Sydney was at a basketball camp with my friend Brad Fisher. And after she got done, we sat and watched the game in the student union because I had to be able to come on the post-game show and everything else and know what the hell was going on. And people forget that Tennessee game against his former team, he threw the ball a pretty significant amount. It wasn't just him managing the offense. And he was great. And then remember that Jacksonville game he came into when Love hurt his groin, and he makes a huge throw to set up the game-winning field goal. So after that, you were like, okay, this guy's, turns out they know what they're doing. And then last year he played really well when he had to play. I don't know enough about Tyrod Taylor at this point to say that I'm confident or not. I don't know. But nothing last night changed that. We didn't see that much of him last night. We saw a lot of Kyle McCord.
No, you're going by his career, his experience. If I gave Will 10, I'd give him a 7. I'm confident that they can win games with him.
Okay,
based on his history in the league and stuff. So
I've seen Tyrod Taylor in practice. He has had some good practices. He doesn't look like he's 37. He still moves well. My point is that he was a starter in Buffalo in 15, 16, and 17. Since then, he has started 6, 10, 15, 18, 19 games since the start of the 2018 season. And to understand how long ago that was, remember Mike McCarthy got fired that dreary, rainy December day that Tausch always brings up. That was a long time ago. Matt LaFleur's going into his 8th season. So he has not started a whole heck of a lot of games since he ended his time in Buffalo. And so I don't know. He was 1-3, or the Jets were 1-3 with him as the starter last season. Take that for what it's worth. I don't know what's going to happen if he has to play. Hopefully he doesn't have to play. But the bottom line is...
The Jets were a mess, though, correct?
Sure, of course they were. So that's not a judgment on him.
All right.
But, again, he in the starts that he has made from 2018 through 2025, He has thrown. He's completed 60.5% of his passes for 3,977 yards with 22 touchdowns and 16 interceptions for a passer rating of 80.5. Now, again, he is a backup quarterback. You don't expect him to be Josh Allen. But, again, we reached a point with Malik Willis, and that's why he's the starting quarterback for the Dolphins, where we knew if they were going to lose a game with him starting, it was probably not going to be because he played like garbage. And let's not forget that Baltimore game. They lost because they gave up 307 rushing yards in a game where I think Malik Willis threw 3 incomplete passes all night. So I don't know what Tyrod Taylor is, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't think we found out more last night. But I don't want to see Jordan Love anymore. I would like to see more of him. I would like to see more of Tyrod Taylor. And I don't question whether he's been good in the past. I just don't know what to expect from him in 2026 as the Packers backup. And hopefully we don't find out. But that's kind of where I'm at on that. The story of the night, though, from a quarterback perspective, was Kyle McCord, who has probably earned himself a spot on the practice squad with last night's performance because they're not keeping 3 quarterbacks on their 53, even if the Steelers are looking at keeping 4
what you just said.
on theirs.
Imagine what you just said.
I know what I
said. The
said.
nature of the game. The importance of it or the biggest thing or whatever was a guy making a spot on the practice squad.
That's exactly right.
And that means that means it's not a game.
Well, it's
that
not
happens
banana
when 2
ball.
people meet at Denny's.
But what if Kyle
worse than
McCord was
banana
doing
ball. Banana ball.
backflips in the third quarter
And singing and
But
dancing
then it would help
a
a little.
choreographed
But think
song.
of that. A big event that Jason talks about is a guy might have got himself a spot on the practice squad. Wow.
No, the biggest event was that Trey Smack cemented his place in the Packers
Correct.
Hall of Fame.
But then,
and was compared
you
to
felt
Jesus.
it necessary
That's
appropriately
9.
that you brought up about a guy making the practice squad. I think a guy doing such that gets him on the practice squad is equal to getting a new equipment manager. That's the level of importance.
Again, from the quarterbacking perspective, that was the most significant thing that happened for the Packers. Drew Aller certainly helped himself last night. I was impressed by him.
Did you know anything about him before?
I knew his time at Penn State, but no, I didn't know what to expect from him. They've got Mason Rudolph.
But there was
they've
nothing
got
really
Will Howard.
special about that, was there? Was there
I just
anything
thought
about his time special at Penn State?
I don't. No,
he got him to the semifinals of the college football playoff,
right,
against Notre Dame.
And I think he also was quarterbacking when they have a chance. Weren't they going to beat Indiana early in the year last year, and then Indiana came back to win?
Yeah, that was actually late in the year last year. It was in like November.
I just remember watching that game with Micah Parsons in the locker room, and there were a bunch of us, and they kept the locker room open longer. Micah was holding court. It was really fun until, of course, Penn State lost. Then it wasn't quite as fun. All right, we need to play trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and what color would you like?
Nothing about football for today's trivia.
Banana Bowl trivia, woo!
So you want to go to Williamsport is today's Wilde and Tausch trivia category.
I did. Max of the Taxi hadn't destroyed us. I could have made it.
With Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin Little League playing Iowa at noon today on ESPN for Wisconsin's first trip ever to the Little League World Series.
Yeah, and they had to score 3 runs in the 6th inning when one of their other games against Minnesota,
Minnesota earlier in the week. Yep, they were down 3-0 early yesterday, came back big and beat Missouri.
Is there a council on that team? There are councils all over the place.
I don't think so. I don't.
If there was, Jesse'd be rooting against
I don't
them.
particularly like that Whitefish Bay is the one that might get this done for us. But
come on.
But
these kids have nothing to do with that.
I mean, isn't the field they play at?
What, do you have something against fish?
No, isn't the field they play at like Craig Council Field? They said they put the fun facts up on the ESPN broadcast yesterday about Whitefish Bay. Population 14,000, 7 miles north of Milwaukee. Hometown of Chicago Cubs manager Craig Council. And I kind of wanted to root for Missouri for a minute. I didn't, but I kind of thought about it.
He should be suspended for a day. That's a Daisy.
Well, that's just doing him a favor.
Questions about the Little League World Series as Wisconsin attempts to win its way.
Make him like me. Have to add 3 times his normal show amounts. I should get 3 days off, shouldn't I?
You should be happy that you're getting this much airtime.
Okay,
caller
sorry.
9 right
Go
now.
Back to being rude to kids. Rude to kids. Is that allowed on this show?
No, just older folks. Caller 9 right now, 844-770-3776. Caller 9 right now plays trivia, 844-770-3776. Caller 9 plays trivia after we hear from Tausch telling us about Hard Rock Casino. Rockford, stick around with Homer as our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs. We believe in better. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Mark Tauscher here for Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. And how's this for a little adventure? If you're not able to make it up to Green Bay for the college football opener, head down to Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Sunday, September 6th. At 9 p.m. on the Sunday night of Labor Day weekend, one lucky winner will receive a $45,000 credit, valid towards the purchase of any eligible new or pre-owned RV. That's right. Play now using your Unity card and earn entries through September 6th, and you could win a $45,000 credit for a new or used RV. Check out the full rules at casino.hardrock.com. Play, dine, shop, and enjoy live shows and the sportsbook. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and whether you're chilling in the stands, cheering on your favorite baseball team in the summer, or keeping those mountains blue in the bleachers as the snow flies at a football game this winter, there's nothing better than watching your favorite team while enjoying an ice-cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. So when you know it's chilled to perfection, which, besides the cold, refreshing taste, it's my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
Hammers one to left. It's up and gone.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Track, wall, bye, baseball.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason, and Silverado keeps its rhythm. You feel it in the Turbo Max engine with best-in-class standard torque, an available Z71 off-road package that keeps you rolling when the road turns rough, and the most functional truck bed with best-in-class cargo space. They're trucks that work as hard as you do, so you can do more of what you love without missing a beat.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Based on latest competitive information, excludes other GM vehicles.
25 years ago, a generational Bucs team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucs and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucs.com/plus, the Bucs app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you're looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu, like their classic Chicken Bacon Ranch Wrap, the CBR. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to VintageBrewingCompany.com to make a reservation today. That's VintageBrewingCompany.com.
Bo here from Ridgetop Exteriors. Southern Wisconsin got hit hard with hail recently. If your home took a beating, now's the time to take action. We've been delivering top quality roofing, siding, and window services locally for over 23 years. With free damage assessments and insurance experts on staff, we've been your licensed, local, and trusted contractor since day one. Don't wait until small damage becomes a big problem. Turn to Ridgetop Exteriors today. RidgetopExteriors.com. That's RidgetopExteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. And when it comes to gifts that actually mean something, I head to Chalmers Jewelers. My wife Sarah, she loves the beautiful custom jewelry they've made for her. And my daughter Eleanor has some special pieces from Chalmers as well. And what I appreciate most, they help you create something personal that'll last a lifetime. Engagement rings, anniversary gifts, or a one-of-a-kind custom piece. Stop by Chalmers Jewelers and tell Garrett and Devin that Tausch sent you.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've always believed confidence shows up before you even say a word. And nothing stands out like the Iron Jock Large Logo Collection. From August 5th through August 16th, get 50% off all large logo hoodies and short sleeve tees with code ESPN50. These are pieces built to perform and built to stand out. Iron Jock gear is moisture wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help fight odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock, built on performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
As promised, and I believe this was one of our already eliminated champions from our Tournament of Champions.
Oh, no, he is alive and well.
Oh, he's still in it.
Yeah, I just had the bracket up here on the
Hard
video,
to keep track.
Yeah. Dan has advanced to our Final Four. He will face the winner of Mike the Wedding DJ and Mailman Matt and will be a heavy favorite
I can tell you who I'm rooting for there.
In the semifinal.
Time now for trivia, presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. National Sandwich Month is here. Cousins Club members earn exclusive rewards throughout August. Join now by downloading the Cousin Subs app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Let's welcome him in. I'm sorry for misstating his credentials. It is Dan in Brothertown. Dan, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, Jesse. Sorry. I got the wrong name. Jeez, I thought.
Well, I deserve that for getting your credentials wrong.
Eliminated, you know.
Yeah,
I know.
No, I got it. That's fine. That's cool.
Dan's not in. He's gone. He's gone, baby. He's history. I was a little hurt there.
Well, maybe we can get Rick to fill in. All right, let's play trivia.
There you go.
The category again is so you want to go to Williamsport. It's going to be interesting. Here's question 1, Dan. Which of these states not located in the lower 48 has never... What the heck is this?
I don't know. It already sounds confusing.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you proofread anything before you read it on this?
You cannot blame me for having not and never in the same sentence. Which of these states not located in the contiguous 48 has never sent a team to the Little League World Series? You're telling me that that's not convoluted?
Not at all. Which of these states not located in the contiguous 48, so it's not one of the contiguous 48, has never sent a team?
Alaska or Hawaii.
Thanks, Dan. You get it.
Hey, got it.
Why don't you finish the question, Jesse?
Is it Hawaii, Alaska, or I'm still thinking about the word contiguous?
Wow, I'm going to say Alaska.
Easy peasy.
Question 2, Jesse.
Oh, you give up now?
I'm going to critique you if you misspeak.
Which opponent, Dan, will the Brewers face when they play in the Little League Classic in Williamsport, Pennsylvania next Sunday on ESPN? Will that be the Seattle Mariners, the Atlanta Braves, or the Pittsburgh Pirates? Yar.
Oh my God! It's either the Mariners or the Braves. I'm going to say the Braves. Oh, wow. Okay.
2 for 2. Question 3, Dan.
Am I doing this one too? Is that what we're doing?
Question 3, Dan.
Wisconsin is one of 6 states that has never had a team advance to the Little League World Series.
Oh, my God.
Which of these is also a team that has never advanced to Williamsport? This is one of my new favorite trivia questions. Is it Vermont, South Dakota, or Utah?
Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure South Dakota's been there. They had Cedar out of... so it's Utah, or what's the other one?
Vermont.
Vermont?
I'm fascinated by how a champion goes about the process of elimination. You really do know what you're doing when it comes to your process. Kudos to you.
Well, I knew Sioux Falls sent the team one year, and that was when obviously Kayla was out coaching in South Dakota.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense. Okay, now we're on the same.
So now Vermont. So it's between Vermont and what's the other one?
Vermont and Utah, Dan.
Okay, I'm going to say, because you threw them in there, because they probably would expect them never to have a team go. I'm going to say the team that has not been there was Utah. Oh, dang, Vermont.
He gotcha. You got.
Yeah, I did.
Wisconsin, Alaska, Vermont, Colorado, Kansas, Wyoming. The 6 states that have never sent a team to the Little League World Series. That could change in about 2 hours.
Are they also on the states that Tausch has never been to? All right. So, Dan, you got 2 out of 3. That means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries. You are not someone who has never won trivia before.
Nice.
Jesse has the cheese fry helmet. He will not pick 2 cards or chips. He'll only pick 1, and he'll do that not later, but now.
I can use a rangefinder. That's what's up.
Yeah, we're not giving those away anymore. Sorry.
And you did not win.
Other than that, though, it went well for you.
Zach in Menominee Falls, Monday's contestant. Congratulations, Zach. You are the winner of our Cousin Subs gift card this week. Nicely done.
Dan, good job. Good luck in the as you continue in the bracket, as erroneously reported earlier, as you continue in the bracket coming up next week as we roll on into the semis. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Jason. Fake news, buddy. Take care, boys.
That is Wilde and Tausch trivia, or in this case, Nelson trivia. Jesse, we got to get somebody else to join our league that you won't be part of.
One more spot. Yeah, I won't be there. You will be there, but you're not going to be part of the league. I don't understand that entirely, but we have 1 spot remaining for the Wilde and Tausch Fantasy Football League. Yes, sir.
You want to do that read, too?
I don't have it. That's all you.
Okay. That's okay, because I do have it, and I'm here to tell you that you can be in the Wilde and Tausch League in the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft and be there at Potawatomi Casino Hotel and the Potawatomi Sportsbook on August 27th for our draft. Again, make sure before you call that you have August 27th open on your calendar. If you do, we want you to call right now and have your chance to join our league, the Wilde and Tausch Fantasy League, at the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft on August 27th at Potawatomi Sportsbook. We will take caller 16 Caller 16 will win a spot in the Wilde and Tausch League. Caller
my mic is on again.
Caller 16, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 16, you'll be there to take in the free food, the great prizes, and the full VIP experience. Remember, you have to be 21 or older to attend. Caller 16 wins a spot. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, window, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've spent a lifetime putting in the work. Right now, score one of the best deals of summer with the Iron Jock Basics Bundle. Get a premium t-shirt, a pair of performance boxers, and crew socks, all for just $57.50. Iron Jock gear is built for comfort with moisture-wicking fabric, 4-way stretch, and silver ion technology that helps you fight odor-causing bacteria. It's everyday performance at an unbeatable price. Don't wait. Head to ironjock.com and grab your basic bundle today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Brewers fans, this season Window Nation is bringing the excitement home. With the Tickets with Window Purchase promotion, you could score tickets to see the Milwaukee Brewers when you upgrade your windows with Window Nation. Enjoy better comfort, improved energy efficiency, and unforgettable game day moments. As a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Window Nation is committed to quality products and expert service you can count on. Book your free consultation today and turn your next home upgrade into a win for the whole family. Visit windownation.com to schedule a quote.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
play a little Name That Year, served up by Sendix.
Yes, sir. We'll see how you and Homer fare in it today. Name That Year served up by Sendix as part of our 10th anniversary.
Is my mic back on?
Yes, you're in this, Homer. Yes, you are. You're present in the conversation.
When am I in? Not in things. When am I in and not in things? I had my great Williamsport 59 years ago, and I remember like it's yesterday in Portage, Indiana. I thought I was going to Williamsport. We had this great team in South Bend. We faced now Maxie the Taxi, and the first batter in the lineup was Scotty McGregor, and he strikes out, and he came back to me and said, I didn't see the ball. I said, what do you mean? It was too fast. What do you do? And he goes, I don't know, get the smallest bat you can. So we got a 27-inch bat, and I still struck out. I did see the ball, but I claimed he brought his kids to the game or he drove. For those of you who don't know, in Little League, you can be only 12.
So you're alleging that he was older than he said he was, like that kid in the 2000s?
Danny Almonte.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yes, and I would like to mention that I'm sure I was wrong. My younger brother, 4 years later, had a historic experience. They won. They lost to a team from Gary, where they beat him like 10-0, and he gave up like 4 home runs. He was way better than I was. Anyway, that team then lost to Lloyd McClendon's team, the greatest Little League player ever. He went to Lloyd McClendon's team went to the Little League World Series. Every at-bat was either a walk or a home run. With the bases loaded in the championship game against Taiwan, he came to the plate with the bases loaded, and you bet they walked him. And I met him as a manager, and I said, I'd like to say, I know you were the greatest Little League player ever. And he goes, excuse me, what was your name? And he goes, that was a long time ago. And I said, maybe so, but it's fact. He said, I was pretty good.
Well, let's see how long ago our clips for our Name That Year are, and if Homer's any better than Tausch is at this.
So what I've accumulated today are a couple of clips from past shows that we have done immediately after the first Packers preseason game. And let's see if you can name which year these clips were set on Wilde and Tausch. So I'm
going to fail.
Probably. Well, most Tausch, Jason, most people do normally not perform well in this game. That's what we've learned over the summer that we've been celebrating our 10th anniversary. Here is the first clip for Name That Year served up by Sendix.
Other teams in the league, they have film. They will evaluate Jordan Love as they evaluate him. And they're not going to be swayed by anything that is said in the media, anything that is said by Matt LaFleur at halftime of a preseason game in Santa Clara, California. They will evaluate Jordan Love. No one is going to get duped into trading for him. But it was interesting the way his performance was framed.
Jordan Love trade in the preseason. Interesting. What year do you think that occurred on Wilde and Tausch with Jason's commentary? Homer, would you like to go first?
Sounds like a great idea.
Sure.
He was drafted in 2020.
I have to give a year? I don't have even choices?
Guess the year. Guess from 2020 to now. It happened at some point.
2023.
23
and
is
I just want to let you know, might as well flip a coin. I have no idea. I can't remember yesterday.
You didn't
Doing this
even
with a
try.
70-year-old man is just unfair.
There was never a discussion
I did not try.
of him.
That's correct.
There was never a discussion of him potentially being traded in 2023. He was the starter.
Okay. What would be a better choice?
Well, they drafted him in 2020, so they weren't talking about it then. He was ascending to the number 2 job in 2020. We hadn't done anything yet. So it wasn't 2021. So by process of elimination, it had to be 2022.
Well done. Well
Thanks.
done, Jason.
I missed by a year and you're mad? Didn't I get within a year?
You didn't miss by a year. You missed by a completely different set of circumstances. Next.
One more for Name That Year. This one's from Tausch, who sounded like he had a big night the night before.
Your mind needs to be stimulated, and I think from a practice standpoint, you have to have an edge. And if you're not going to play in a preseason game, I think a lot of times you kind of let your guard down a little bit, and you don't practice and you don't get the same out of practice. So I love that. And I think the fact that you want to, reward your guys for being good, you can't just say play 10 snaps. I've never liked that, because then it's guys are just going to count. Okay, 10th snap, we're out. Well, that never happens, because if it's second down, you don't make a full hockey line shift. So I love the fact you can say, you know what? You're going to go out and you're going to play, and you're going to play until we feel good about where you're at.
When were the Packers playing the starters? What year was that? Homer, Jason, who wants to go first? Rifle them off here.
I want Homer to go first.
I'll go first so you can make. I was going to say this year. I was going to say
2026.
Okay. Now
Jason.
Jason can make fun of me. Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm going to say 2019.
2019. That is incorrect. Rodgers didn't play the preseason for a while, I don't think. It was 2024 before Jordan Love took to the field in Cleveland.
Only up by 2 years. I consider this a good job.
Yeah, nicely done. That's Name That Year, served up by Sendix.
Here's Tausch to tell you about Sendix, and then we will tell you our Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints to wrap things up. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Sendix. Well, with school starting back up and football season nearly here, that means football parties. If you can't decide on your favorite burger flavor for your backyard barbecue, Sendix Burger Bundle is the answer. Just go to Sendix.com, place your order on over 10 varieties of Sendix homemade gourmet burgers to pick up Saturday, September 5th or Sunday, September 6th. Just in time for Labor Day and football season. You can mix and match any of your favorite Sendix burger flavors, including 2 brand new flavors, Southwest and Spicy Barbecue. Mix and match to build your own custom burger bundle. And the best part is, the more you order, the more you save. So check out Sendix Burger Bundle event on Sendix.com and place your order today.
Air Laura does it again.
Spinning, Laura leaping, Laura catching!
And again.
Oh, Laura leaps, and he made the catch, banging up against the wall!
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here. Regular season football is just around the corner. That has me, and I'm sure many of you, feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Stick around to hear some of the best feel-good stories of the week coming up to close out today's show. Our family trusted Home and Lindsay's great team of pro painters. Super easy to get in touch with, and they do a tremendous job. All you have to do is stop into any Madison area Home and Lindsay location, ask a member of the team, and they'll help get you in touch with the best pro for your job. From hot summer days to brisk winter nights, Home and Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why we can say Home and Lindsay truly is Wisconsin's best paint. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people. Check them out at homeandlindsay.com. Stick around for Feel Good Friday coming up to close out today's show, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. Badgers defensive lineman Charles Perkins spoke to the media after practice on Wednesday, and it's safe to say he's confident in UW's front seven heading into 2026.
Everybody competing. Everybody all in. Last year, all the guys all in, but this year, this a special group that we got guys that came out the transfer portal who all in. We are a brotherhood. And so this team, this defensive line, I feel like this defensive line this year are very close. I mean, so it's a brotherhood, most definitely, in the trenches.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
25 years ago, a generational Bucs team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucs and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucs.com/plus, the Bucs app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
Time for Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. And I know Homer doesn't enjoy it when I call him the GOAT, so he also doesn't enjoy it when I tell him he's such a good human being who does so many charitable things. And so I turn it over to you to tell me what your latest charitable endeavor might be as you make a difference in this world and living the way Jesus taught us to.
Nice. You're such a dink.
9.
And you'd have to listen to the whole show to know that. 9. Yeah, very good. So I have this hat on, No Worries None, and it's an honor because I know you do this on Friday. I have a family at Ironwood Golf Course who a few years ago lost a young daughter, 21 or 22. She's driving home, doing everything perfectly. An old man's out on the road who never should have been driving. The police were out looking for him. He created this collision, this horrific accident. She dies. I mean, it can get as bad. I don't know how it can get worse. And they've created a way to raise money in her honor. Her favorite phrase was no worries. They've raised about $1 million in the number of years. And I wanted to know that if anybody ever goes out to Ironwood Golf Course and sees No Worries, that's why. And people have benefited from $1 million by them finding a way to create horrific tragedy into something good.
This is why I'm scared to death of our girls driving. That is a great... So Ironwood Golf Course, if I want to find out more about this, how do I find out more about it?
You can go to Ironwood Golf Course or ask people there. I don't feel comfortable giving people's names when I haven't asked them to talk about it, but you'll get the information pretty quickly. They just had their event, the golf event they had. There were like 500 people there waiting, and I came by just to auction off find out about a Miz. Miz does well. I'm trying to think maybe I need to get something from the place kicker.
Maybe you should get something from Trey Smack for the next years. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for us. We appreciate Homer being our cousin sub of the day. Rich Eisen is late, but he's next. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available